We started off as Titans, and now we're the Jets. The start of every season always starts with the sweats. Vinny T, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, what's the deal? Don't even try to tell me that the curse ain't real. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny boys, Jets worldwide. Why, yeah, boy. Like and subscribe. Fitzpatrick, the end of every season is always tragic. Doug Bryan missed, everybody got pissed. 2 Super Bowl seasons ended with just one twist. 15 years without the playoffs, is Aaron Glenn legit? We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny boys, Jets worldwide. Like and subscribe. I
think what we should do is we should pay tribute to Tommy first.
I think we should.
I think out of respect, yes, we should. So, yeah, what do you have to say?
So Tommy is a individual that was very big in the community, with not only with Jets Worldwide, but in all the different other shows that are out there as well. And Tommy was just on our show probably like 3 weeks ago of itself, bringing the passion, bringing the knowledge, always wanting the New York Jets to get it and get us to that point where we're winning, we're in playoffs, we're having a winning season. But I have to say this, Tommy, OG, hey man, rest in power. You will be missed, but we will keep your spirit here up in Jets Worldwide, baby. So, Snowball?
Yeah. Gone too soon, obviously. Tommy was a big part of the Jets community. You know, he was on every channel. He was talking to everybody. Always a positive spirit. Always ended with the JETS, Jets, constantly. I remember meeting him a couple of years ago in Hicksville on Long Island at a Jake Asman get together. The guy was full of energy. He was a force to be reckoned with. He was Mr. Personality. I mean, he really, like, you knew when he was in the room. So he was everyone's friend. He tried to get around and speak to anyone that he could get his hands on. So I remember him leaving that night, and he was hopping on the train, and he was screaming, Jets, and he was walking across the street and everything. So to find out that he is no longer with us was indeed a tragic thing to find out. And my thoughts and prayers go out to his family. And I loved him like he was like a real good friend. So you want to play his Jets chant for everybody?
Yeah, so the only way we could, essentially champion our guy is by showing you guys where we're talking about that passion. So with that being said, hey, rest in power to our guy, Tommy.
J-E-T-S, Jets, let's go, baby.
He definitely was a fervent fan. He was definitely into it all the time.
Oh, 100%, man. So
yeah,
definitely will be missed, man. But you know, it's gone too soon. Too soon.
Definitely.
So. But
yeah,
it is Friday.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
It is time to relax, get a drink. I don't know what everybody's doing, but like I always say, it's Friday. We got paid, but we broke as hell. So we come over here, talk about the New York Jets. Try to maybe, I'm drinking Gatorade over here. I wish I had a drink, but I don't, so. But a lot of stuff has been happening.
Yes.
I mean, nothing exciting, I would say, right? But
Listen, I'm going to say something exciting. I'm going to start off the show saying something very exciting happened.
Okay.
For us.
Well,
right?
yeah, for us.
We had something very exciting happen, right? So we went over the mark of 500 last week, 500 channel subscribers, and it was a battle to get the watch hours up. And finally, I hate to say it, but it happened on April Fool's Day. I thought it was a big joke, but they're like, oh, you know what? Now you can offer channel memberships and super chats and all that stuff. So if you're just tuning in, guess what? If you want to become a channel member, you can. Down at the bottom of your screen, I suggest that if you do it on a desktop computer or do it through the browser on your phone, because if you try to go through the app on your phone, they're going to charge you $2 extra. So $4.99 for a channel membership, which we would extremely appreciate. And super chats are down there if you want to put super chats in, all that stuff, and enjoy all the perks of being a channel member. We'll definitely do that. So, and there will be an incentive to become a channel member tonight because we did have the mystery box returned. So the prizes that are inside are actually going to be divided, and we'll do 2 raffles at the end of the show for people who are subscribed to the channel tonight. Okay, so let's do that.
Can you tell me what are these?
Oh, yes.
Really
Cool.
So,
all right.
I
so
think
listen.
one of the special guests that we have here might get really hyped up about this because I think this is one of the players that individual likes.
So each one comes with the Jets Worldwide patented piece of rope, okay, for Aaron Glenn. So don't let go of the rope. We have our own pieces of rope.
I'll never let go.
They come with 2 Jets Worldwide vinyl stickers, so you will get these as well. Perfect for your back of your laptop. They come with Jets patch, so you will get the Jets patch, the iron-on patch, and the piece de resistance for each one is one will be a autographed Wayne Corbett signed helmet, so mini helmet Wayne Corbett. Certificate of authenticity is inside, and the other one is again comes with the rope, comes with a different patch. So you will be getting a Love Jets. So you get a Love Jets. And then you will be getting the 2 vinyl stickers. And here we go. The Mark Sanchez signed helmet. So you will get the Mark Sanchez signed helmet as well. So yes, those are the 2 prizes that will be raffled off to anyone who things are falling. Anyone who becomes a channel member tonight.
Yeah, that's not bad. $4.99. I mean,
yes.
I'm about to hit up my wife and be like, "Hey, go on your real quick, like, because I'm trying to get that Winker bet or that Max that Mark Sanchez, man. That was my guy, bro.
Yeah,
my guy.
That's right, baby.
I think we should get into it, man. I am excited to bring this tandem on to the show tonight.
Yes.
They are individuals that have been on our show. They are some OGs that have been on the show. I mean, Wudi has been here rocking with us on the match game. Abs has been on the match game here with us before. We've had them together, I believe, in the past as well. But I think tonight it's going to be a little bit different, right? We have a brand new game that I have no idea about. I'm going to be part of it. So
yep.
I suck at these types of games, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose. But you know what? It is what it is. We're going to talk a little bit about what's been happening with the New York Jets. They were at this meeting. I mean, our guy, Aaron Glenn, looked fresh to death. For real, he really did. Like, there's not enough love that this guy is getting. The fit game was on point, all right? But they are the individuals that are the hosts of the Take Flight Talk, but they're everywhere, not just there, all right? They're rocking with the whole Pop Sports Network. They do the pop-offs. They do the rants. One of them has her own rants that she's really well known. Woody's rocking everywhere, Tuesdays and Thursdays with BG. But tonight, they are here with us at Jets Worldwide. And first, a friend of the show, our guy, Senior James Wudi. Welcome.
Oh, welcome in, Wudi.
Hey, come on now. Friday Night Lights. Put them on me. Hey, appreciate you guys. Hey, and we just talked pretty recently, huh? Was that yesterday? That was yesterday.
Might have been yesterday.
Yesterday, 2 days before that.
Yes.
You know, I've been there all day.
Yes, absolutely. No, it is always a pleasure to speak with you. So I'm feeling like this week, it's Holy Week. I'm blessed to be able to talk to these people right here. And not only that, but we got my partner in crime in the building. Woo! My God, what a
Oh.
quartet.
Yes, and with that, she has the rants. She's probably my favorite individual that has these rants because they are so straight to your face. Like she does not care what you think about it. Like if it hurts your feelings, boo-hoo, go and cry, but she's going to let you know what time it is. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, where have you been? What are you doing? Big shout out to our homie. Abby's in the building. Abs rants.
Ooh, excited to be here. What an
What's
intro.
up,
I
Abby?
appreciate you guys.
What's going on, man?
I'm
How are you?
excited. I'm well, not because of the Jets, but simply, I'm going to shout out my Arizona Wildcats being in the Final Four. I have to. It's the only thing I have because this godforsaken team can be a lot to deal with sometimes. So otherwise,
Awesome.
I'm great. Excited to be here.
Well, the show just started, and it looks like our guy just
Jake
went
has me.
ahead and gave 5 brand new memberships.
Jets Worldwide memberships.
So hit it with the new chimes.
Oh my God, we got to do this because we got 5 of them that we have to do.
Worldwide Jet Setter, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard to the 5. These people who have just become channel members. Our first one, Boy Green, a channel member. John Bolton, a channel member. Wild Wave, Wild Chew, a channel member. Chris B, New York Jets fan, a channel member. And 6 Rings, a channel member.
That motherfucker. I'm
Welcome.
sorry. Welcome, 6 Rings. Thank you.
I'm going to fight someone for that Mark Sanchez signed helmet. That's my dude. He's the whole reason I'm a New York Jets fan. So they better watch out.
And then Phil said, hold my beer, Jake, because I also rock with the Jets Worldwide. We got another 5 Jets Worldwide memberships. They're flying. They're going by.
You read them all.
Hit them with the chime, baby.
Oh, we got to hit him with the chime. Hit him with the chime. I don't have the chime ready. All these things right now. I'm trying.
So new.
Boy, I give them a lot of credit.
Worldwide Jet Setter, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard to the
Dude,
5.
that is
Five
pretty
people.
badass. Like,
You like it?
the name Worldwide Jet Setters.
That's it.
Look, I want to put my fit on, get ready to go to a game. Hopefully, this team is going to give us something to cheer on. But the memberships went to Just Johnny, Sharon, our guy Stack, Jake Asman, Celso Porto. Let's go. So far, it is Phil and Jake. Who's going to battle it? I don't know. Let's get some more people in here. And then Phil said, even though I went ahead and just gave you guys memberships, I need to become a member. And Phil is a member of Jets Worldwide, a worldwide jet setter.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, guys. This is like brand new to us. We have no
Worldwide
idea what
Jet
like.
Setter, welcome
And then
aboard.
Boy Green said,
Oh, shit.
I want that Mark Sanchez or Winker helmet. All right. And he went and gifted a membership. And that went to our guy, Bill M. Bill M, welcome. Worldwide Jet Setter. All right, guys. Well, there's so much stuff going on. How are you guys? How's your Friday going?
Fantastic. No complaints over here. And I think it's about to pick up.
Abs?
I know. Same here. No complaints. A little hot, to be honest. But I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that. I live in Arizona, but so it's been weird this week. Like gloomy, hot. I don't know what to think of it, but yeah, I'm excited. It's about to get hot in here right now. I can tell you right now.
It really, really, really is, which I'm excited for. So this is awesome. So you guys don't know, Abs pretty much. I think it's every Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. She rocks with Guy and Sean over there on the Pop Sports Network, and they have a show that they do, and they talk all different types of sports. But I'm always talking about the Jets, and she has a host, a fellow co-host who's a Dolphins fan, right?
The worst.
The
The
worst.
worst.
So, but then you also got our guy Wudi today with the whole pop-off crew going off over here talking about that. I think her name is Giovanna.
Oh yeah, Giovanni.
Right?
Yeah.
She's probably gonna have the biggest biceps I've ever seen because she holds that mic like there is no tomorrow. So there is no shade thrown. But I'm just saying she's getting a workout while they're popping off inside there.
Excuse me. 1 second, please. Sorry, we have someone else boarding.
Worldwide Jet Setter, welcome aboard.
Bill M has become a Jets worldwide jet setter due to Boy Green, who gifted him a membership. So welcome aboard, Bill M.
Welcome. Okay. Hey, every time I hear you put that chime on, I keep thinking about when Big Pun is on the Goya airline and he's like, "Welcome to Air Goya," and he's snoring. Yeah. So, but guys, there's a lot of stuff that happened with the Jets. Darren Muji, Aaron Glenn, they talked. You guys saw it. Promised land this, promised land that, and I'm like, damn, man, just can you put out the entire freaking quote, not just like the little piece of the promised land of itself? Did you guys have a opportunity to see the two different interviews that happened? And before we really get into a couple of the quotes that I wanted to bring up, what was your guys' thoughts on it?
Woody, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll get it over with.
It's because AG's your favorite human alive.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they both kind of said, what you expect them to say. They hyping up people, AG specifically just with the overhype, right? Overhype Gino, overhype the receiving room, overhype Mason Taylor. I mean, it's the overhype god. Every exhale, just so much, hyping. Where my guy Darren Muji, built the statue. He was a little bit more level-headed. He did have some hype of his own, but he just sounded much more articulate and eloquent when he was speaking as opposed to Aaron Glenn. I'm talking about. So, but no, it was good to hear from them both and kind of get a feel for where they're at because in 20 days. It's that's a huge night for New York Jets fans, the future of the franchise. That's a monumental night.
Nah, I agree with you. It's funny because I feel like they said a whole lot of nothing because they said all the things that you're kind of supposed to say. I just think AG went a little more overboard, in my opinion. He has to be, apparently he was a lot more friendly with the media, which is good to hear. You know what I mean? Obviously getting comfortable and whatnot, because he hasn't been the best with the media like when he first started. I'll be honest. He just kind of seemed a little dry. He seemed like to be having a little more fun and at least a little more confident, a little too confident when it comes to Geno Smith. But when you start saying stuff like promised land and all of that, it's going to send fans into a spiral. Honestly, that word is like almost traumatizing because that word is associated with the Super Bowl, which we haven't even sniffed. We're not even on the verge of sniffing that. So, but again, they said what they were supposed to say, obviously remaining positive and all of that. I like the way Muji handles things. He's just kind of very straight to the point. And again, he sometimes really doesn't say too much either. He keeps it nice and simple, short and sweet, and moves on. So
yeah, I felt like, at least for me, when they were talking, you kind of didn't get anything out of them on both ends, and they're keeping a lot of what they're going to do pretty close to the vest, at least I feel like. But I don't know, Snowball, what was your thoughts on that? Like, am I tripping for thinking that, or
what's that on
Darren Muji on Muji and on Glenn? Like, I don't know where they're going to the draft. All I
got
know
some
is they could
stuff.
get a kicker at number 2 and just to piss everybody off.
I mean, you got some information from them, like, you know, their intentions with Will McDonald and stuff like that, if that's real. Their intentions with Brees Hall, if that's real, right? I don't know if they're blowing smoke or whatever they're doing, but yeah, for pretty much everything, they're pretty, you know, tight-lipped. They didn't give you much to go on. I do like, and like everyone was saying, I do like Darren Muji's demeanor when he talks. It's like I feel like I'm talking to like one of my students' parents. You know, they're very, very like nonchalant, just, you know, blah, 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 whatever, you know, sure, everyone's doing fine. It's great. You know, life is swell. We're all going to, you know, go to the barbecue on the weekend and hang out and whatever. And he's what we need. He's like the voice, the calm voice, right? He's like the voice of reason. He sounds like, you know, for the most part, you know, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. We did get sucked in with Joe Douglas, you know, in the beginning also. He was very, you know, suave, and who knows what's going to happen, you know, next year or the year after with Darren Muji. But for now, I love what's happening with him. Aaron Glenn seems like, you know, he's learned a little bit. He's kind of like, you know, besides saying the promised land, but promises. We'll see what happens. But he seems to have, you know, toned it down a little bit. I like the white shirt that he had on. It was very stylish. Although the shoulders were a little too wide for him, but that's okay. You know, it's the off season. I'm sure he'll jack up, you know, during the OTAs and stuff and fill out that shirt a little bit more. But other than that, I was happy with what I heard. Again, not a ton to go on, which is just where we should be. Like quiet, just a little bit of an explanation, and okay at this point. So I'm good with that. We did receive our very first super chat
Let's do it.
ever, so we should put it up just because. Yes, Kyle Clifton has popped our super chat. Anyway, he wrote, he popped our bubble, so I'm on the phone, so can only super chat, but it's getting down to the nitty-gritty, so vote Kyle. And at number 2, Vontae Mack, no matter what.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But
Yeah.
so
Thank you, Kyle Clifton.
So let's get into it, right? You got the Mooj looking extra, you know, dapper, man, going into business. And you got John Travolta in Mr. Aaron Glenn. Yo, my man looked straight Rico Suave, ready to straight salsa, merengue, bachata. He was ready for it all.
Yes.
All for it.
It's funny because I didn't even recognize what they were wearing. You guys are going all off about the fits, and I was like, I completely just overlooked that. I couldn't even tell you he was wearing a white shirt.
Same. I was thinking the same thing. Like, damn, like, did they have like that? Like, I was like,
did I miss something? Are they wearing like a brand I need to know about?
I mean, you know, Aaron Glenn was getting crapped on for taking the coach's picture. He was the only one that had the New York Jets emblem on his shirt as well. So there's a lot of people looking at what these guys are wearing, what they're doing. And plus, you're a Jet. You're playing in the tri-state area. Everything you do. I mean, look at the guy's headphones. All right? Look at his headphones. What is going on? Like, anyways.
He's big.
That's a call center type of headset
Yes.
they got going on.
Jake Hasman's jumping in on the melee, and he is popping our second ever super chat. Cherry, damn it! So he's jumped in as well. Thank you, Jake. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Well, I'll tell you guys this: I'm a giant hoe, so it's all good, baby. Keep bringing them on. I'm kidding. Anyways, so there was a couple of quotes, right? Everybody heard the whole promised land, the wide receiving room stuff, but I felt like there was a lot other quotes that were there that I felt like weren't talked about enough. So I really thought we should talk a little bit. We clipped up a little bit of some of the quotes that they stated, and the first one is from Darren Muji, and it was in regards to the actual visits that they had in the pro days, all the different college visits that they went out to, Darren Muji says, yeah, no, it was great to get out last week. I think we started in Miami. We were in Notre Dame. We were in Ohio State, Texas Tech, and then finished in Bama. It was a great one for me just to get the exposure to some of these players. There's a lot of players we saw, offense, defense, some quarterbacks, and a chance to get around the coaches. Spend the whole week with AG, Frank, Musgraves. They all were with us. So, an opportunity for me to get to know them even more and have a lot of football conversations through the week. It was a really, really productive week, and I feel really, really good about it. Abs, I'm going to start you off. So you hear that from Darren Muji. It wasn't talked about. When you see that and you hear that, what's your first thoughts? What's your impression on that actual quote from Darren Muji?
I mean, in general, it's very good that they all spent that amount of time together, simply because you have some new pieces coming in. And I think it's very important that they all remain on the same page. But to me, it just sounds like they were doing their due diligence. All those schools you mentioned are all have players that we could potentially be looking at. And so, again, like I kind of mentioned in the beginning, a whole lot of nothing. And like Snowball emphasized, they're not really giving us too much either. I feel like that's like the generic media trained answer almost. But again, I'm glad that they were having a good time. I'm glad that they're settling in and maybe having a little more fun with it, because again, last season was not fun at all. Three wins was not fun. They were getting roasted on by the media and the fans on top of that. So I'm glad to kind of, I guess, see them resetting in a way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was very straight, like a blanket type of statement of itself. But I mean, I don't know. The fact that he's talking about all the coaches and everything, I liked it to a certain degree. I felt like it was one of the quotes that wasn't talked about enough. Woody, what's your thoughts on that?
Not to be an echo, but yeah, I think it is, kind of a, generic like blanket statement. It is nice to hear that, the synergy between the coaches, which I would imagine since, Aaron Glenn just hired them, he fired the old ones. So yeah, you would hope that the people that he just hired 3 weeks ago, he's still on good terms with them. So I can't really give like props or nothing, like, good for showing up. And that's the expectation. Good for, them all showing like good. All right, cool. You're doing your job. So thank you for doing it right now in March and April.
Woody's like, thank you for your service. Goodbye.
But then he dives in, and he was the first one to say this. He feels good about the wide receiving room. Obviously, getting Gary back healthy will be big for us. Seeing A.D. Mitchell, Isaiah, and, Aaron's going to have those guys take the next step and continue to grow. But like all positions, we continue to evaluate the market and see there's an opportunity maybe to get some competition or depth. When you hear that, I was like, what? It is Garrett Wilson and then question marks across that entire room. Woody, talk to me. We were talking a little bit about it the other day on your show, but let's talk about it again, man, because I'm like, what?
Yeah. As some people in the community know, I am right up there with A.D. Mitchell's mama as his biggest fan. So I really do think he can have a big role on this team. I think he can be wide receiver 2 this year for this team, or even in the future for this team. But I wouldn't feel comfortable banking on that, because to your point, and I hate saying it like that, like, it's Garrett Wilson and a bunch of question marks, because I would hate to group A.D. Mitchell and like what's his dude's name, Arian Smith, like in the same group as receivers, because to me they are light years apart. But it is a question. Can AD be a reliable wide receiver? That is a question. So I accept the grouping, even if I don't like it. you definitely need somebody else in here. Like that, I feel like that's almost inarguable. If they go into this draft and come back out of it and they don't add another receiver, that is a criminal offense. A criminal offense. I need these guys in cuffs. Okay. And what scares me about this, because a lot of people are like, that's just smoke screen. That's just smoke screen, which it could be. Hopefully, right? Aaron Glenn, he refused to tell people his quarterback every week, right? Because, he likes the smoke screen aspect. But I thought it would have been a criminal offense to not add a defensive tackle last year. And they didn't. They literally went the whole draft. It was one of the deepest defensive tackle drafts, in years. And they didn't add one. And then it wasn't until like a couple of weeks before the season, they were like, oh, whoopsie. We might as well trade for 2 defensive tackles right now because we, for some reason, were asleep at the wheel in April. So I pray that this is not one of those situations where they actually do believe that and they don't draft a receiver. And then all of a sudden, whoopsie, in August, we out here trying to trade for someone mid. So they definitely need someone. All right. I'm not going to tell them who it is, Brian Thomas Jr., all the names that we've been hearing, but they got to bring somebody that is good enough to either be like, I think they got to bring in somebody who on paper is better than AD Mitchell for us all to be good. Let AD elevate and tell us like, no, I can be better than Stephon Diggs or Brian Thomas. Let him, elevate to that level. We cannot, when I say bring in somebody, I'm not talking about bringing in like Darius Slayton. I'm talking about someone who is on paper better than AD Mitchell.
Yeah, so you hit one of the conversations that I want to get into, and I was gonna bring this on over to Abs because he made sure that he stated Garrett, AD Mitchell, and Isaiah. And last year they drafted Arian Smith, and he didn't get mentioned. Is that something for us to worry about? Like, do you think they're just done with Arian Smith? Because I feel like he didn't get a fair evaluation. I don't think any of the wide receivers really got a fair evaluation last year.
Yeah, I don't think that necessarily means they're out on Arian Smith. Maybe their plan is to move him more to like a special teams type of unit and have him play there. It is very strange, though, that they mentioned Williams first. But then again, I mean, he was, MVP of the team last year, if I'm correct. And he had a great, obviously, those punt returns, those kick returns, great moments as far as like any positives of last season. A little strange, but again, sometimes when you're shooting off names, like I tend to do it too. I'll forget certain players and then people will mention somebody. I'm like, yes, I was including them. I'm just giving you examples, So it could just be something like as simple as that. I wouldn't probably read too much into it. But again, Arian Smith, like Wudi mentioned, is just like, it's Garrett Wilson. And to me, everyone else, I don't think there's a true like wide receiver too on this team right now. There has potential to be. But again, I wouldn't think too much into it in my opinion. But he also hasn't shown anything absolutely incredible. But to your point, again, how are we supposed to do that with the lack of quarterback play? And I think they know that coming into the season. Again, you just can't bank on some of these options to really excel and boost the wide receiver room because we truly just don't know.
Agreed. I mean, Snowball, what's your thoughts on that? Like you hear that.
We do have a legit wide receiver number 2. And we just paid him. And we put him on the tag. And his name is Breece Hall. So you got Garrett Wilson, you got Breece Hall, then you got AD Mitchell, and then you got a bunch of question marks. So I don't know. I'm just saying that we didn't know that Breece Hall could catch the ball a little while ago, and now we know that he can. So he might be one of the most reliable receivers out of the backfield for Geno Smith at this point. So Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and yeah, take a flyer on somebody, right? We were on Wudi's channel yesterday. We were talking about Stephon Diggs. Like, he's a legit contender for, being a vet that we could bring in.
Absolutely not.
Right?
Sorry to cut you off, Snowball.
That's
Absolutely
okay. That's okay.
Damn, absolutely
and-
not.
and-
What?
and-
Not with all that drama. Absolutely
Abs.
not.
Abs. That's what makes the world go around, right? This is what makes the world go around. Like, we're Jet fans, and we. I want this guy. You want that guy. I want this guy. You want that guy. I care about, and I understand. I understand with all the baggage that he has going on with him right now. I get it. But when the season comes to a start, and if he was in my locker room, and I know that Aaron Glenn can take care of him, like, tell him to shut up and sit down and be quiet and all that kind of stuff. Hoping that he could do that. He is a legit wide receiver. Let's take all the stuff off the field out of the equation, right? And just think of him as a football player. I would want him in the wide receiver room as compared to like what we have right now.
No,
But yes,
I'm
but I
with you
understand.
there. Yeah.
I understand your point though of all the extra baggage that's happening right now with him, and that's the only thing that would hamper me from like actually saying like 100% dive into Stephon Diggs. But Stephon Diggs, the football player, yeah, someone of that nature, I would approve of. Yes.
And I'll tell you guys this: all the stuff that they're saying is cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, you need to win. You start winning, you can say the craziest crap out there, and it's not even going to matter. We're all going to defend it, regardless. Okay, if you start winning for the New York Jets, we're going to defend you to the bitter end. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings me to Aaron Glenn. So this is something that he was asked. He was asked on the Jets' overall progress after the 3-14 season and self-reflection. So they asked him a question in regards to that, and he goes and answers and say, "We're still a long way. I mean, obviously, when you finish the season 3-14 and you go into this year and you feel good about some of the things that you've done, you want to see how all of those things are going to come together. But we still have a long way to go. But I do like the direction that we're going right now." Are you on with him, Woody? Because I know you have been the biggest supporter of Aaron Glenn out there. But you hear him say that. Do you like the moves that they've made? Do you see what could be with the Jets this upcoming season?
I think universally, it's really hard to argue against the point of the Jets made, good moves in the offseason. Like, I think they did, they added a lot of veterans, which, I was shouting last year, like, damn, they cut every single person over the age of 26. What are they doing? But now they have a lot of veterans. He said it himself, right? There's more adults in the room was the way he put it. So they made good moves, but I can't lie. Like, when Aaron Glenn is talking about process and vision, what his vision is, bro, I mean, I think I'd rather trust Stevie Wonder vision than Aaron Glenn's vision right now, because this dude, he was talking about that last year. He was like, yo, I got a vision. We have a vision. I've seen Justin Fields tape, and we have a vision for how we're going to use him as a quarterback. And we saw how he was getting used. And all he has to say about that, right, because they asked the same interview, they asked him about that. He was just like, well, I didn't put him in a place to succeed. Well, you kind of had like 17 weeks to – well, you had way more than 17 weeks. But during the 17 weeks, so you had to figure that out. Like, all you really did was, like, bench him. Like, you didn't change, how he was being called. You didn't, really do anything. Like, so what – like, you were just like, oh, this ain't work, and just, throw him to the bench. So when he talks about his vision right now and what they're building and yada, 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 I can't be up here and be like, yo, this is gonna, because we just played this game last year and we saw how it turned out. So I would say, as an independent thinker, right, as somebody who is not sipping the Kool-Aid, I like water. Okay, I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid. Yes, they've made some good moves. I like a lot of the new coaching hires, but to say like, yo, Aaron Glenn's vision, like for me to co-sign the quote, Aaron Glenn's vision is working out. Like, we building on something. I'm going to have to put my pen down for that. We're going to see how everything plays out, because his vision, like I said, I'd rather have Stevie Wonder, very superstitious, guiding me anywhere than Aaron Glenn right now.
Abs, your thoughts on that?
It's not hard to look better on paper after the season. After the season you had and you cleared out everybody, and it's not hard to like improve, because obviously that's what you fired all those people to do, is to improve. That's quite frankly what those actions do. So as far as the vision, I don't see the vision. And let me tell you something right now. I posted a video about AG's comments in the promised land, and people were arguing me in the comments what AG meant by promised land. Promised land has always just meant Super Bowl championship level. In the Bible, it literally means abundant, flourishing. Those are all those adjectives used to describe promised land. And people were arguing with me as to Aaron Glenn didn't mean that. He meant playoffs, or he meant winning season, and he meant this. And that's how you know Aaron's vision is confusing as hell, because all the fans are confused as hell about his vision. They clearly don't even know his vision. I don't know his vision. And again, they don't say a lot. AG and Muji, they don't say a lot. So how are we supposed to know? I'm not going to sit there and dissect and read between the lines of everything. So, I'm with Wudi for the most part. I do like the moves that they have made. And unfortunately, we were just stuck with certain options as far as certain, as far as on the coaching staff, we kind of had limited options. And even in terms of the players, we had limited options. So we did the best with what we had. And I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron Glenn is right to some extent. We still do have a really long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I was not an Aaron Glenn guy. Everybody knows it. He was not the guy that was on top of my list. He was maybe fourth. But I see what he's building. Like, I see the players that are coming out and saying, I got that call from AG, and then I see what he's trying to build. I see the vision. I see stuff, right? Look,
you seen it right now?
It's not clear, Wudi.
It's 1 year.
Say it was clear.
It's 1 year. Now look, I was on with Woody the other day, and we kind of went with. He was right. I was wrong, and I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. So we looked at the actual roster that we had when Glenn took over compared to when Salah took over, and look, man, Salah, it was real bad over there too. But I did tell him, I was like, look, it was both was shit. Both was trash, So I feel like this upcoming year, not just Glenn, but both of them, right? Because at the end of the day, you are what your record is, and they're 3-14 together. Okay, so that's my thoughts in regards to what they're talking about and trying to do. I feel like there has been such a big narrative of trying to get these two guys to kind of go against each other, but they always speak so highly of each other. And I really feel like they're a tandem, and they're really working together to try to build a organization back up that has not had a winning season over 10 years, has not made the playoffs in 15 years. And all they know is losing. And it's losing and losing and losing and losing. So, but he says this last one, and then we'll end it at this, which I was like, oh, this one was the one that I was like, why was nobody talking about this one? I could not believe that he said this, but he talked about he wants to leave legacy. He goes, there's a number of things to improve on. And those are just a couple of examples that I sit back and I look at. I think every year you want to improve on those things. How do we keep that sustainable for years to come? I want to leave a legacy. I do. And when I'm gone, I'm looking at this team being a team that can consistently put themselves in places to win. But every day, not a day, not an hour, not a minute goes by, and I don't think about that. And I look forward to trying to make that happen. As a Jet fan, hearing that, I was like, he gets it. I mean, this is the team that drafted him. We tend to forget that Glenn was, I mean, that was the dude back in the day, right? That bravado that he has, that cockiness, that was always him, and he brings that into coaching. Some people, it rubs them the wrong way, I mean, but you guys hear that piece. What was your thoughts? And I'm gonna start it off with Snowball, then to Abs, and then to Wudi. Snowball.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I wasn't involved in the conversations before. When we were talking about Muji, we were talking about his road trip with the coaches and Aaron Glenn and Musgrave and all that stuff. I wrote down some questions. Well, I just had one question. Did they play punch buggy in the car? Like,
So.
were they in the rental car? Did they play punch buggy? Because that would be a very good, like, GM, head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, bonding experience to play punch buggy. Could you just imagine like AG punching Musgrave in the shoulder and be like, punch buggy blue? That would have been funny. Anyway, the other thing that I didn't get a chance to talk about was AG's vision. And I do believe AG's vision is forthcoming. Like you say, Stevie Wonder can lead you, Wudi. Well, like you can't deny that, okay, he did get rid of the stink in the room, right? Like Abs said, right? When you fire all the coaches and stuff, there's no way but up from that, because you got rid of the stink and you got rid of the coaches and stuff. And I agree with him doing that. The vision with the defense, the players that he brought in, establishing, like Darren Moody said, establishing a baseline of adults in the room, like vets who can actually lead the new people coming in. I agree with that. I don't know if that's Muji. I don't know if that's Aaron Glenn, but if it's both of them together, because a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Darren Muji distancing himself from Aaron Glenn. Like, I'm not a part of that. I don't want no part of that. That guy's he's not a part of me, right? And they were showing pictures of Darren Muji walking off on the sidelines with Woody Johnson and stuff. And they was, like, all right, everything's separated. But when you listen to them now and the way that they talk about each other, Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, they're in lockstep. They're talking to each other. They're with each other. So the vision of what the defense is going to be, you see it. The thing is that you don't know where they're going to go with offense yet, right? We still have yet to see a vet QB2 come in, who they said that they were going to try to, look at the field for that and see what happens with that. So I'm hoping that something happens with a vet QB. And the question I'm trying to answer now is what am I trying to answer now? Because I just talked myself into a confusion.
So he's talking about the legacy that he's trying to leave.
Right. Okay. Yep. I got you. Okay. So the legacy that he's trying to leave, and like you had said, Johnny Boy, that he was drafted by the Jets and that he wants to build this team up to what do you want him to say? I'm going to give it a good shot. All right. You know what? The draft's coming up and we're going to, I'm going to throw darts at the board and see what we get. No, you want a confident coach the same way, not as cocky as he did when he first came in and he said, we're here to win now and stuff. He is saying that we want to build a legacy. And I agree with him. The whole thing with, big ships take time to turn and whatever. Like, we've gone through a lot of crap with him. And when Salah left, we thought all that crap was over with the, Eagles and the Ravens and Crows and all that stuff, and all gas, no brakes and all that stuff. Well, AG is falling into the same, potholes, the same thing that Salah did with the sayings and stuff. Promised land now. Like, we see it. The thing is that legacy, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that he's right, that he does the right thing this offseason, that he actually knows what he's doing. He has people in the building who can help him do what he needs to do, right? So I agree. And the legacy, and I love that he said that, because, again, he is a part of our team. He is one of us. He has been one of us. Yes, one of us. Sure. So, yes, dramatic. Go ahead. Tell me I'm an idiot. That's all right.
No, what is that gif that it's like one of us, and they're all like chanting?
Minions, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. We are minions.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Macho. He has become a channel member as well. So we'll take that down. I don't want to block Ab's face, because there you go.
Worldwide jet setter, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard, Macho.
Welcome
That
aboard.
chime really never gets old. I think it's catchy every single time it happens.
Everybody likes to hear that because everyone likes to go on vacation.
And Abs,
Mhm.
right before you get on, again, everybody watching, thank you guys so much. It is Jets Worldwide on a Friday night. Make sure you guys are hitting the like and hitting the sub button. As tonight we have premiered our memberships. You are able to actually be a member of Jets Worldwide. And if you become a member, you are locked in to potentially win either the Wayne Corbett or the Mark Sanchez signed helmets. So
Yes.
big shout out. And with that being said, Macho said, hold my beer because I am ready to give up some more memberships. He has gifted five more, and they went to
Oh, shit.
Val, Coach Click, Boss Girl, Kyle Clifton, and Anthony G.
Nice.
Welcome. You guys are the brand new worldwide jet setters, and here's the chime.
Worldwide Jet Setter, welcome aboard.
Abs, I know that was so long, and I apologize about that. We're still trying to get the hang of all of this, but you hear that quote from him. What was your thoughts on that?
I know I'm like Snowball. I'm like, what were we even talking about 2 seconds ago? I want to start off with a couple things because I'm reading the comments too, and so I'm taking some notes. One thing I want to start off with is by saying I'm not an Aaron Glenn hater. I know with some of the things I said right now that I may come off that way, but I was not on the fire Aaron Glenn train like my co-host here. No shade, Woody. I understand though why people wanted him gone, and I'm not saying those reasons were, quite frankly, all valid in my opinion, but I also understand why the Jets kept him. I also want to talk about the media for a second because people need to understand how New York media works and it's a lot different. So yes, we're not going to be seeing some of those, like some of the quotes we're talking about right now. We're not going to be seeing those because unfortunately the way the Jets are right now and the state of this team and organization is we're the doormat of the NFL. When you start winning, those things will go ahead and change, but we're not there yet. We're not close yet. Again, Glenn even said it. We have a lot more work to do. That being said, of course, AG would want to leave his legacy here. He was a player here, and I'm sure it means that much more to him to be a head coach of this team, and it would mean so much more to him to turn it around after not being in the playoffs for 15 years. I'm sure it hurts his heart to an extent too, because he's so tied and closely knit with this organization because, again, he played for them. And so stuff that I would expect him to say. I do love Aaron Glenn's energy on the sideline. I know people, for example, the Tampa Bay game with Will McDonald running it back for a TD, and people were making fun of his dance, and people were also saying, well, they didn't end up winning the game. That was still such an amazing play, and a play that, in my opinion, should have been celebrated. I get we didn't win the game, but again, we were going up against a team who has been in the playoffs before. So Baker was made for that moment to drive it on down the field. And I knew that was going to happen. And the thing is, though, things like that play deserve to be celebrated because it was one of the only positive moments that we had all season. And I think those should be celebrated. So I love Aaron Glenn's positivity. I'm not sure I match that same positivity. I'll be honest, I'm really down bad right now. That's why some of the things that we're talking about, I'm like, I could care less what he says, because again, we all want the same thing. We want this team to win. And when that starts happening, I'll be a little more excited. But right now, it's just been the same cycle of over and over and over again. And we're just seeing the same things. Here we are with the draft trying to rebuild for the 50 millionth time. And it's a little exhausting. And I think that's okay to say that as a fan. That doesn't mean I want this fan to lose any less. That doesn't mean I don't see any positives in this team. But that's just where I'm at. And I'm sure, Woody, you're going to go next. Why don't you let the people know where you're at? Maybe a lot differently than me.
No, chill. See, and that y'all be acting like I'm just out here like every day, like at the edge of my bed scheming, like what can I say about Aaron Glenn? Like, not like it's not like that at all. Plan A is for the Jets to be a good football team. Like I need that, and that's just what it is. I need the New York Jets to be a good football team. I'm tired of getting roasted by everybody in my phone book. All right, when I wear a hat, this just happened to me 2 days ago at Walmart. Someone was just, oh, Jets fan. Huh? I was wearing a Jets shirt. Oh, Jets fan, huh? Must be down bad. Everyone in the comments should know what that's like if you've worn Jets apparel in public. I am tired because that's what it's been like for years and years and years and years. Pretty much, I don't want to say my whole life because in 2009 I was talking a lot of shit, but for a decade plus, we have been the butt of the joke. I'm tired of being the butt of the joke, right? But Aaron Glenn has not helped that whatsoever. And do you know my phone died when Aaron Glenn was asleep at the combine because so many people sent me that picture and was like, yo, what is your coach doing? Like, doesn't he know y'all suck? Like, so no, it is not at all hatred for Aaron Glenn. I don't, all that type of stuff. But facts are facts, all right? And a fact is he had one of the worst seasons as a head coach in the history of the league. In the 100+ years of the NFL has been around, he's one of the worst. One of the worst. Not a single team in that same time period has never caught an interception. And they used to play 14 games. My man had 3 extra games. Nothing. He stinks or stunk, right? Because we want to talk about past tense. He stunk. P.U. So let's talk about legacy. Right now, where he is, if he keeps just trucking forward, talking about visions and plans and all this type of stuff, sounding like he's selling medical benefits, his legacy will be one of the worst coaches in New York Jets history, in NFL history. But my hope, again, I pray what I am doing on the edge of my bed every day. Please, Lord above, bless this man to turn it around. Can he do something correct? Can he do one thing right and turn that into 2 things, turn it into 3 things, so that my football team of choice isn't the absolute shits? Is that possible? Please, Lord, tell me. But as of right now, I have not seen it. What we have seen, like I said, you can feel how you want, and you can, be passionate. Right? He's passionate. You can do all this that you want. Oh, hopefully this. But the facts, the indisputable record that we see is garbage, and that's why, for right now, to me, he's garbage.
Dang, Rudy, I was supposed to be the rant queen. I think you just replaced me.
No.
Hey, but look, it's year 1.
I've been
And
downhearted, baby.
if you're gonna say that this team was bad, you're gonna have to put both of them in the same bed together because it's Muji and it's Glenn. Just saying.
That's
Just
right.
saying. But we got more memberships flying.
Hey,
Shout out to our guy Nick Shine, the Nick Shine Show. Just gifted 5 more memberships. And with that, he is in for the raffle for tonight's 2 different helmets.
Yeah.
We're going to have 2 different winners, right? And with that being
Yes,
said,
2 winners.
Worldwide Jet Setter, welcome aboard.
welcome. Alan got a membership. And Val got a membership. Maddie P got a membership. Nick Shine Show
Gave himself his own Nick Shine Show membership.
Our guy Ted, as well as Kevin Tattoos. Welcome to Jets Worldwide. You are a worldwide jet setter. All right, let's get back into it. So, with that being said, I think we could wrap this one up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Abs, you're right. Woody, you're right. I don't think anybody is wrong in regards to what they're saying. Yeah, at the end of the day, we were 3-14 last year. put it anyway. We've been losing for the last 10 years, losing for no playoffs, 15 years. This organization has stunk. Hoping that they start turning it around. I really feel like they got a really good plan this upcoming draft. And I pray and hope, just like what you were saying, Woody, that I really pray that this is the beginning of it. And I think it will, So Snowball,
Yeah.
this is all you.
All right.
All you, because I have no idea what we're gonna do. I'm just relaxing.
All right.
Let me know.
Listen, we've been known in the past to do game shows, like we did the match game. So, like, I had my itch to do the match game again, but I didn't want to do the match game with like a bunch of people. We're gonna do match game a different way, like match answers. So, first of all, before I explain what this game is, right? Everyone who's in the chat, everyone who's listening, thank you for joining in. We have Abs, we have James Wudi in the building. Like, these are people who know their stuff about the Jets, and we appreciate them being here with us, as well as the people in the chat. We are looking to, we've just been monetized, so join the channel if you want, become a channel member, become a worldwide jet setter. And that was created by Johnny Boy, actually. The name Worldwide Jet Setter was Johnny's idea. So big ups to him. We have super chats that are available now. I can't believe this. Like, this is something that we're really not used to at all. So super chats, please, if you want, hit us up with some and become a channel member. We have channel emojis. We have my face. We have Johnny's face, which is even better. We have the Jets logo, and we have our logo. So, flood the chat with them. If you're a channel member, use them, have fun with them. We're going to try to get to everybody's comments. We got a lot of stuff going on tonight. Abs is here. We got James in the building. So, like, we're trying to get stuff going. But I came up with a game. I wanted to do something different. So this is going to be the top 5 draft mix and match, right? So what I did was I put together the top 5 people at certain positions according to Draft Buzz, right? The top 5 prospects at certain positions. What I did was I jumbled up the names and then I put stats underneath. So the job for Abby and for Woody and for Johnny Boy is that they have to figure out which player belongs with which stats. So and I put in quotation marks the top 5 because there's one category that I did not include the top 5 people. I actually substituted one of the top 5, and that was done for Johnny Boy because one of them was Carson Beck. And I took him out, and I said, "You're out of here." And I substituted somebody else in for Johnny Boy. So I took Beck out and I threw somebody else in. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna add this to the stage. This is the top 5 draft mix and match. The original name was Hands Up Mix and Match, but then I knew that you guys had to like write things down, or hopefully you have a piece of paper and a pen. If you have to go get a pen and a piece of paper, go get it, because we have 5 categories that we're gonna play with, and you're gonna have to pick the correct answers A, B, C, D, and E. And people in the chat, you can do that as well. But before we do that, I'm just going to show that Nick Shine gifted 1 Jets Worldwide membership, and that went to
Badshaw.
Worldwide Jet Setter, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard, Badshaw. I have to write his name down. I am doing a lot of things here, so hold on a second, and then we'll get the game going. All right, so here we go. We got the game going here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to show. Let's explain. Okay, so this is what we have going on, right? And if you can name the people in the pictures, that's even better. But here we go. So we have edge rusher, and what I did was I put A, B, C, D, and E. The top 5 people at edge, right? David Bailey, Kedrick Falk, Ruben Bain, TJ Parker, Peter Woods. Again, this is according to Draft Buzz, right? I'm not taking responsibility for who you believe the top 5 are. This is according to Draft Buzz. And now I have put height, weight, sacks, forced fumbles, tackles, and solo tackles underneath. Now, the order is not correct, okay? The order is not correct. That is on the top line. The player pool is not correct. They're jumbled up. The stats do not go according to, well, they may. Some of them might be the right ones, but some of them might not be the right ones. I might have mixed them all up. I might have left them all exactly the way they should be. Or maybe I've left some of them in the right columns and the right time. So for a lot of you, I'm going to guess that this is going to be a complete guess for some. Some are absolute locks, right? Like when you look at the amount of sacks that certain people have had, right? That's a dead giveaway for edge rushers, right? If you know your top 5 edge rushers in the draft, then you're going to be able to know like at least the top 1. But the other ones might be guesses. So that's the fun of it, because you know what? You might be completely guessing on some of these. So I'm going to give you a minute to think it out. And then what I want you to do is I want you to give me an A, B, C, D, and E in the order that you think they are. Our first candidate is 6'6". He weighs 276. He had 2 sacks, 0 forced fumbles. He had 29 tackles and 23 solo tackles. Who is it? Second one, 6'4", 251. 14 and a half sacks. That's a lot of sacks. 3 forced fumbles, 52 tackles, and solo tackles, he had 32. 6'2", the third candidate, 6'2", 263. Big guy, almost as big as the first one. 9 and a half sacks, 1 forced fumble, 54 tackles, 30 solo tackles. Our fourth candidate is 6'2", 298. Biggest guy that we have in the entire top 5. 2 sacks, though. 0 forced fumbles, tackles 30, solo tackles 9. And then our last guy, whoever that is, 6'4", 263, 5 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 37 tackles, and solo tackles. So we're trying to find out the order of who it is. Ladies first. So, Abby, when you're ready, I'm going to write down your order, whether it be A, B, C, D, or E, and what your order you think they are. Again, some of these might be complete guesses, because I think maybe you get the first 2 and then the other 3 you're like, I'm not sure.
Literally. I'm going to be so horrible at this.
Okay.
Wait, were we supposed to write this down right now?
Yeah, write down your E.
What were you doing? You talking about the
I was
He's not
listening,
saying the
bro.
rules and I'm writing.
I
All
was
right.
listening. I was listening.
So, Johnny boy, write down your order of answers: A, B, C, D, E. It's not
Got it.
A, B, C, D, E. Obviously, I have mixed them up. So, if you got an order, let's do that.
All right.
All right. So,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna play music while we do this.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Man, Mesidor gets no love up here?
No,
Hmm.
no Mesidor. Again, this is according to Draft Buzz. All right.
Stupid draft
So,
buzz.
stupid Draft Buzz. No, we love Draft Buzz. This portion of our show is sponsored by Draft Buzz. If you
Tired of seeing the New York Jets lose? Get a buzz.
have a drink during the draft and get a Draft Buzz. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Abby.
Wait, hold on. Not ready. I
I
just got
need a-
2 more. Hold on.
All right. Okay. I need a
Okay. I'll go now.
Abby, give me your order of letters.
Okay. So A is Keldrick Falk. B is Bailey.
So
C.
can you tell me the order of like
Oh,
from left to right? Give me your letters.
give me a. Oh, great. Okay. Letters. Okay.
Hey, what do you mean by that? Low key. What do you
No,
mean? Like,
David Bailey is B. Oh wait, A.
oh, is that what you meant?
So who's 6'6" and weighs 276?
Oh, okay, okay.
B.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that what she just did? Like she was saying, like,
Oh,
A.
you want me?
I want you to tell me from left to right, right on the stats,
Yes.
right? Who's who? So give me the letter of the people.
All right.
What's the correct order of the people that should be in the player pool?
So B,
B.
D as in Delta,
Uh-huh.
and then C.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. I'm off now. Hold on. Oh, great. Okay, wait. So we're going. long day. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So let me make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
Okay.
So obviously we see column A with David Bailey.
But those aren't his stats.
Yeah, I
underneath.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want me to say
So I want you to say
is-
so first column should be B, Keldrick Fall.
yes? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So okay. So B.
Yep.
Hold on a second.
Sponsored by.
We apologize.
We are
for the
buzzed.
pause in our game.
God, I'm so
No, that was very confusing. Like, what?
Dude, I'm on the same boat. See,
I'm
I
understanding,
was
but then I'm
listening.
getting confusing.
I could go first if y'all want me to.
All right, go ahead, John.
Go ahead.
B A C E D. That's my order.
All right, so Johnny says BACED. Okay.
BAC. What the? Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, okay.
So it starts from the left and then goes to the
Yeah,
right.
left to right. Who should go in what column?
Yeah,
What
see you
letters
guys
should
over
go in
here
which column?
trying to like crap on me because I was listening to
What?
you
What?
say it.
Are you serious? I didn't. Just making the breathing is crapping now.
Yes.
Oh,
All right.
I need more toilet paper if that's the case. I low key think I have the same thing.
BACED.
ACED. Yeah. I have the.
Okay. Abby, you gonna rock the boat or you gonna rock with us?
No, I think definitely BAC. Hold on real quick. And then I have the last two switched though.
Okay. D and E.
Yes.
All right.
That's the
The
only thing
correct-
that's different from theirs.
The correct answer is this. Oh, sorry. Hold on. The correct answer is BACED. Okay.
Yay!
All right. So Woody, you get a point. Johnny, you get a point because you got it right. Okay. You get it now? You kind of get what we're doing?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Took me a bit, but yeah, I
This
think
is
we
like-
got it. I think we
Yo,
got it.
I think I might still struggle, so I might just keep going last.
Okay.
I
Take
just
the longest.
I called my I called my daughter and said, yo, like, I need help real quick. Help me out.
All right. We got wide receivers now. We got a 5'11 wide receiver, a 6'4 wide receiver, a 6'2, a 6'0, and a 6'2 wide receiver. All right. So
Shit. All
take a
right.
look at the
Yeah, I'm not
stats. Right? Who's who? You might look at yards, you might look at touchdowns, and you might look at receiving average yards, and to give you some hints about who's who in this. Now, you're the GM. You're looking at the stats, and you're like, all right, I like that guy. I like that guy because he's got a lot of touchdowns. But that guy, I don't know. They all seem pretty even with touchdowns. The receiving yards, well, we got one who's really good. We got one who's a stinker. But we got some guys with some good yards. We got some guys with some great yards. So who's who? This might be a complete guess. Shot in the dark.
This is
Yo, this
definitely
is-
a complete guess for me. This is. I'm not gonna lie. My list is about to be trash. Like it's about to be so bad.
Yeah, same here.
Um,
I mean, but this is really intriguing, right? Because it's wild to see those stats with the individuals. Because I am completely confused right now. I have no idea on this one.
Who's got the fax machine going?
Yeah, I thought that was you. I heard like I don't know. It's not me. I don't think it's me.
Who's got the fax machine? It's not Woody.
What fax machine?
Oh, it's Abby.
Yeah.
She was getting
Did
the
it go?
answers. She was getting
No,
the
I
answers.
wasn't.
Yo,
I really don't know
faxing
any.
it.
Bro, I got it wrong the last time. If I was getting the answers, I would at least get 100. I don't know what I have up. What fax machine?
I
I
don't
don't know.
I had my work email open.
Maybe like your phone, like a vibration. Like
Oh.
Your phone's vibrating?
Yes.
yeah.
Also, my friend just asked me if I put money on the. There we go. Well, my
All
friends are asking me about the game tomorrow. Do I bet the spread or the money line?
Oh, yeah, I hear
Okay. Yeah. They're texting her the answers to this.
you.
I wish.
I think I'm ready with my
Okay.
guess.
All right. Woody, your guess is
D
D.
C, like
Yeah.
so Delta Charlie, Delta,
Delta
Charlie, Edward,
Edward,
Beta Alpha.
Beta Alpha. Okay, so that's Woody's guess. DCEBA. And he matches, look at this. DCEBA, he matches Envelet.
Envelet, let's go. Hey, Envelet.
All right. We got
Come on now.
a partner in the chat. Partner in the
Shit.
chat, Envelet. All right. Johnny or Abs? Abs is getting the answers via text.
No, my All right. I'm gonna go. No, I'm ready. And mind you, this is hard for me because I'm trying to still. I will get better round by round by putting it together faster. All right. I have A, C, C as in Charlie,
Yes.
E as in Echo,
Yep.
B as in Beta, and
Yep.
D
D.
as in
Okay.
Delta.
So you just switched Woody's beginning and end. So you're
Yeah.
ACE, you're Ace BD. All right. And he's DCEBA. And then we have Johnny boy.
All right. I got Dekba.
DECBA.
Okay.
Yo, see, this is why he's a teacher, dog.
All right.
He's a professor. Like,
So
he
we got-
knows it.
DECBA. All right. And the correct answer is whoop, DCEBA. DCEBA. Woody, the only one who got a point that round. And Envelet, you got a pat. You get a point too. All right. So Envelet,
Shout out Envelet.
Envelet, shout out. All right. Here we
Damn.
go.
So, yo, hold on before you do
Yes.
that. So, Chris is 6'4", a
Chris
buck
Bradley.
98,
Yep.
and then Tyson 6'2", 203.
Yeah.
But Lemon had the most touchdowns, and it looks like the most receptions.
Well,
Yards. I meant.
Yeah. I knew Lemon was the shortest, so that I was like very confident. And I knew that Tyson was hurt, so he most likely had the least
Yeah.
yards.
That's the only one I knew for sure.
And then I knew that Carnell Tate, for some reason, I don't know, I knew he was 6'2". So then I put him in there. And then KC and Chris, I was like, yo, pretty much for that. But
This is like wide receiver Sudoku.
yes.
You know,
But
you
what's
know-
what's your guys' thoughts on this? Right? Like, you're seeing that out of all of them, Lemon is the one that has had the more production, I would say, right? Receptions and yardage and TDs. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of wild.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't love like I don't think it's an apple to apples comparison. Like, you know, every college like runs like different schemes, you know, different quarterbacks and all that type of stuff. Like, I like to rely, especially when we're talking about college to the pros, I'm relying on like traits. You know, like this person, you know, is a good route runner. This person, you know, can contest the catches. You know, this person has great burst, run after catch. But like purely stats, I feel like that's a dangerous game to play.
Can you name the people on the screen from left to right?
Yeah, Concepcion, Jordan, Lemon, and then that is Chris, and then Tate.
and
There you go.
Yeah.
You got it right. Okay. I didn't even put them in order according to the player pool. So I tried to mix them up. All right. Next one, we have linebackers.
All right.
Linebackers. Arvell Reese, Anthony Hill Jr., David Bailey, CJ Allen, and Sonny Styles. Where do they belong? Who's who in the case of left to right, top to bottom? Who's 6'1"? Who's 6'2"? Which one of those guys is 6'4"? And who's the tallest guy who's 6'5"? Who's the heaviest at 251? Who has the most sacks at 14.5? Who has the most forced fumbles at 3? Who's got the most tackles at 88? And who has the most solo tackles at 47? So you got to mix them up, match them up,
Fuck,
and see
man.
who's who.
All right.
All right, there's a dead giveaway, right? One of them's a dead giveaway.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And I may not even get that right.
Yo,
Watch.
me neither. Abs. I'm gonna say both. These motherfuckers like yes.
No. What? Like, are you like one of them? Like, we can talk about it after. One of them is definitely.
It's either, I know D and E. I know one of those players is somewhere in there. Like, I'll say it at the end. Hopefully, I'm right.
Okay. So we're talking linebackers. What's the correct order? Where does CJ Allen belong?
1, 2,
Where does
3, 4,
David Bailey
5.
belong?
Okay. Fuck, I'm running out of ink. Damn you, pens.
Need a new pen.
Yo, I'm on my third pen. Like, I don't know what's going on with my pens right now.
I have a straight up marker.
They're scared to write. These pens are scared to write.
Come on now.
All right.
Look at
All
that.
right.
And Boss Girl says, all I know is the guy to the furthest right, looking at the screen, obviously, is future Jets number 8, Arvell Reese. Or if you know him personally, you just call him Vel. That's it. All right. I'll talk about other people's. Oh, Envelette has DBECA. DBECA. He's thinking that he's rocking this with the DBECA. I don't know. Maybe the people.
Googling the answer. I might as well just copy that.
Well, he knew the other one, but he might be completely wrong on this one. But who knows? Well, actually, I'm the only one who knows right now, so I only have the.
I don't
answer.
even know.
Yeah,
Right?
I definitely don't know. I feel like I should know Sunny Styles.
Yeah. How
measurement,
tall is
but
Sunny
I
Styles?
don't.
How much does Sunny Styles weigh?
Yo, what is up with all these pens? Like, did you just fucking me?
Pengate. I know we were playing.
Stop
But how much
shopping.
are you writing? It's just letters.
Stop shopping at Walmart.
We're
for
not
the-
asking
for
you
the
to
pen.
write in your journal about the Jets right now. That can wait
Yeah.
till after the show.
Look at that. Throw them away.
All right, I'm ready.
Are trash. All right. Who's ready? Who's ready? Are you all ready?
Aye.
We all are.
All right. Johnny will work top to bottom. Go ahead, Johnny. Give us your linebacker order.
DBEAC.
Okay. DBA.
Nope.
No, DBC.
No, DBE.
Yeah.
Dog.
DBE.
Yeah.
CA.
Dog,
All right.
Bravo, Echo, Alpha, Charlie.
Bravo, Edward, Charlie, Alpha. All right, go ahead. Okay. Who's next?
Woody.
James.
I'll go. D
Mm-hmm.
B E C A, which low key is the same as envelope, but I promise I did not copy it.
Okay.
Scheming, bro. Y'all are scheming. You're the one who had the little fax machine sound in the background.
All
Chill.
DBECA. DBECA.
Yes.
And Abby says,
I got E as in Echo, D as in Delta, B as in Beta, C as in Charlie, A as in Alpha.
all right. So she mixed up the first 3, but everyone's consistent on the last 2. And here we go. The answer.
Wait, no, Johnny Boy didn't you have AC?
You're at AC.
I have D, Delta, B, Bravo, E, Echo, A, Alpha, C, Charlie.
Oh,
Yeah.
AC. All right. AC.
As
The
in
only reason
Rudy
why I
and
knew that
Rudy.
was because
I feel better now that I got the last 2 the same as Woody because one of them was a dead giveaway. So I'm like,
that's what I'm trying to say. The dead giveaway was David Bailey, but he
All right.
was literally the first one. Like, so we already
Yes.
seen his stats.
You've
So
seen
we
his
know.
stats already. And if
Yes.
you're adept at this, you would have been like, I've seen those before, because the correct answer is DBECA. Envelope and the James Woody are correct.
Bro, let's go.
Another point for Woody. All
I
right.
feel like I
And
should
the-
like friend a call a friend.
That's
Lou
it.
B.
yeah, let's phone
You
a
look
friend.
Luby, hit me up, Luby. All right. Here we go. Next one. And we have 2 more after this. All right. We got the DBs. So
Oy.
defensive backs.
Oh my
this
god.
So we're gonna take a look at these. Yeah, who is Colton Hood? Who is Avion Terrell? Who is Mansour Delane? Who is Caleb Downs? And who is Jamal McCoy? Which stats do they have? Who weighs what? Who's the shortest? Who's the tallest? Who has the most interceptions? Who has the most pass defense? Most tackles and the most solo tackles? Think about the colleges that they come from, the amount of opportunities that they've had, the programs that they've been in, what their mama fed them.
What stinks is that like they're so similar.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
These
These guys are close. These guys are super close in everything. So when you want a defensive back, this could be a safety. This could be a defensive back. So, there's a big mix in here. Tackles, solo tackles, listen, some guys have a lot of tackles. Some guys don't have so many tackles. Some guys like to do it solo. Some guys like to have some help. So I'm going to take a look through. And this is, as Johnny says, this is BS. This is not fun at all. Don't worry. After this one, listen, I saved the best for last. The best for last is the quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks are last. You guys are going to rock the quarterbacks, but the defensive backs are going to be hell on wheels. It's going to be a lot of trouble for you guys to come up with the correct answers. By the way, if you're in the chat right now, this sounds like a vision test. Right?
And we know that me and Abs right now are not doing good whatsoever.
Nah.
Can you read the last row on the bottom? Yes, it's ZGABDE.
Maybe I'll do better with one eye open.
Close one eye, and it all helps. But if you are in the chat, just to let you know, we are Jets Worldwide. I am your host, Snowball, and we have the co-host, Johnny Boy. We got James Wudi in the building. We have Abs in the building. They are both from Take Flight Talk. So if you have not watched their channel already, please do at Take Flight Talk on YouTube. Check them out. Very, very insightful takes on the New York Jets. So please subscribe to their channel. Hit them up. We just got monetized, so we're looking. We have super chats available. If you want to become a channel member, that's available as well. So channel memberships $4.99. You get priority responses to comments. We have emojis. We have 4, which is amazing. But other than that, we appreciate you all being here. So let's get down to it. We are down to the DBs. And do we want to switch up the order? Or are we going, you know what? Let's go. What? You want James Wudi first?
Yeah. Go ahead,
Okay.
James.
James Wudi first.
What's tripping me up is that this is extremely similar to another slide. So that I would be shocked if you had like the same order on 2 different slides. But I gotta go with my analysis of the thing. So I'll go with D. Yeah, Delta. C B E A.
Okay. DCBEA. All right. Did Envelet check this one out?
No, he didn't. He said, he was like, I think he thinks I was cheating for real. No, I was literally, I was even looking.
It's like I'm out.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that I've officially said mine, Envelet, I would love to hear your answer.
That's right. Oh, he did. He said he did put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, Envelet.
For this one? I don't see
The
it.
chat. I don't see it either.
Oh, now okay.
Oh, there he is.
Damn, we not in lockstep. No.
DB. Oh, he went D.
This might be good news for me because that's what I have, Snowball.
All right. So you have DBCAE. All right.
DBCAE.
DB.
Thank you, Envelet. Thank you. We'll see.
Okay. So that's different than Wudi. Johnny Boy.
F.
G.
Yeah.
There are no F's. There are
Yeah,
no
what?
G's.
I'm just kidding. I got D.
D.
E.
E.
A.
A,
B.
B.
D.
It's got to be C. Okay. So we have 4 different combinations because nobody picked the same combination.
Mhm.
And the correct answer was DEBAC.
Motherfucker. I mean,
D-
sorry.
DE.
Oh damn! No one got that.
DEB. No, nobody got it right. Okay. So that was a collective goose egg on that one. But the best for last, here it comes. We are going quarterbacks.
Ooh.
I literally have
Minus-
no idea.
Minus Carson Beck because Johnny Boy hates him. So we are going.
Who did you replace him with? Are we allowed to know?
Yes, I put in Cade Klubnik.
Okay.
I put him in. So my replacement for Carson Beck was Cade Klubnik. Oh no, sorry.
Oh, now I got it right.
Oh, damn, missed it, yo.
Who clicked the button?
Hey, you
What
snooze, you
happened?
lose. He put the answers up.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't press that. I didn't press the answer.
I'm so upset.
I didn't
Yo,
put up.
I wasn't even. I'm like
Excuse
looking
you.
at the thing. Shit.
I didn't put up BADC.
Bro, my
Abs, do you remember what you saw, Abs?
I only really saw the first 2 answers,
Okay.
but I already knew like the
You
first
knew, You
one.
knew what they were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah. So
good.
it didn't really
Okay.
help.
All right.
okay, let me see.
Damn it! I rest the paper on the trackpad. All right. Anyway. All right. So who we got? We got Drew Alar, Fernando Mendoza, Garrett Nussmeier, Ty Simpson, future quarterback for the New York Jets, and Cade Klubnik.
Don't you dare.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We all know that it's Sneezy
Oh,
Johnson in the 6th round. Undrafted free agent Tyler Shuzniak. He will be there.
I don't
All
know.
right.
Oh,
Well, there's one really obvious one.
Yo, not me, bro. This is fucking.
Ah,
I'm fucking blanking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Someone's got like
It's
really
bullshit.
bad yardage. Someone's got a ton of yardage. Someone threw for a ton of touchdowns. Someone pooped the bed on touchdowns. Know your quarterbacks. Know
Yeah,
your
I
QB prospects.
definitely don't know it.
Do you know who is who on the top row? Let's do it for John. Do it for John. Who would you pick as a like? Do you know the order of the people on the top row? Like their pictures?
Yeah, Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson,
That is
Nussmeier.
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 That is Ty.
You said Ty.
yeah.
No,
What?
No,
I meant Drew. I'm sorry. Drew in the beginning. Nussmeier, Ty, Mendoza, other guy.
other guy.
Klubnik.
That's that English MMA fighter. The Scottish MMA fighter. What's his name?
Damn it,
Eddie
man.
Kimball?
My shit's about to be wrong too, bro. Fuck. Bullshit.
We got some guesses. Envelette's got his guess in. Afram's got his guess in.
I got my guess in. That shit's
All right.
about to be
Johnny's-
wrong as
Johnny's-
anything.
Johnny's locked in. Envelette is changing his. Oh no, Envelette. I don't know if that was his. Was that his guess before? Was that maybe that
Dude,
was his guess
mine is like changed around. Damn it.
before? Okay, go ahead.
Fuck.
Check it
All
out.
right.
Let's see what you got. Who had the highest QB rating? Who had the lowest QB rating? Oh, okay. Envelette says that was from before. Now he's up to date. He's got to. If you're looking at the chat, you can check out some answers. You can cheat. You can check off on some people. If you trust Envelette, if you trust Afram, you can go with them. You can go on your own. And Villette's got a pretty good track record, so I'm not saying that he's right, but he might be close. Who knows? Everyone's starting with
Abs
D, though.
is so confident right now. Like, yo, she is.
Well, I'm confident, but I feel like for the wrong reasons. I know one guaranteed.
Okay.
That,
All
and,
right.
no, I know two guaranteed because I saw an answer. One,
all
I
right,
knew an
okay.
answer. Two, I saw an answer. The rest of the three are guesses.
Yeti says D-Vac.
Yeah, shout out
Vladdy, shout out
Vladdy. Yep,
Yes.
Or
there you go.
Devo.
Divac.
Whip it. All right. So who's going? Abs, you going first? Lead
Yeah,
us
I'll go
off,
first.
Abs. Lead us
I
off.
got D as in Delta,
Uh-huh.
E as in Echo,
Okay.
B as in Beta, C as in
Got it.
Charlie, A as in Alpha.
All right. DEBCA. All right. Out of the gentlemen, who's ready to go?
I'll go.
All right. Wudi.
Very extremely similar. DEB,
DEB.
but I'm going AC.
Oh, he's switching it up. All right. So
Mm.
AC. Uh-huh. Okay. And Johnny?
Bullshit. ED.
ED.
Are you for real?
Nothing
Yeah,
right there?
bro.
Have you been
Yes.
for real? Oh my God. You should have
Yes.
just watched my latest video and you would have had one of them at least.
They have drugs for that, Johnny. ED.
I know.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
heard.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
doesn't
So
need them.
EDB
B.
AC.
AC. Okay, EDBAC. The correct answer, and Abs got a sneak peek for, but correct one is Ty Simpson is the first one. DEBAC.
Fuck.
DEBAC. James Wudi
Let's get it. Let's get
with
it.
a clean sweep. Not a clean sweep, but he almost swept. He almost swept.
Yes.
So he
yes.
got everyone except for the DBs. All right.
Yo, that's fucking crazy. That Mendoza's numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah.
Sorry.
They're pretty.
Off the
I knew he
charts.
was 6'5", and I was like, "There's no way he only threw 8 touchdowns and he's the number one pick." So like that was,
That was the dead giveaway with the 41 touchdowns, right?
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
6'5".
Well, I knew the first one because I just did a video. So I knew that 28 and 5.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I got one of them right.
Mhm.
Yes. Shout out Emvalette. We are wagging. Come on now, let's go. Emvalette also got it right.
But
Appreciate
that's
it.
crazy. Like, look at the yardage.
Right? Yeah.
35-67 to Mendoza's 35-35. I feel like I'm pretty sure the Raiders are looking at this right now and they're like, man, look what Ty Simpson did with nothing over there.
I don't know
20,
about that. We know
I think we should draft him. I'm pretty sure that's what Tom Brady's looking at right now as we speak.
I think so too. And a 102 average, a 102 QB rating as opposed to 130.
Hands down, he didn't have nobody. He didn't have
Yeah, you got to put it into the context of things,
Right.
Got to look at the overall season as a whole.
Mhm.
exactly.
True. Very true. Very true. All right. So let's get this out of the way. So that's it. That was the game. I hope you enjoyed top 5 mix and match.
Definitely.
Maybe we'll do that down the road. We'll do it with some. Maybe we'll do it with coaches.
What would have been crazy if we would have done it with running backs.
Yeah.
Because not many
Yeah.
people are talking about
I
running
don't know
backs.
any running back other than Love and Price, bro. Like, yeah,
That's
that would
it.
be-
I mean, there's Coleman, there's Black.
On a future
There's
episode
some
of
couple
Jets
of people
Worldwide.
out there.
Yeah, we'll put it on a future episode of Jets Worldwide. We'll do running backs. We'll do tight ends. We'll have to do some other position groups. Punters.
Coaches is cool. Whichever one with the lowest percentage, I know is
Right.
AG.
That's
So Abs and Woody, I want to ask you guys now, seeing all of this stuff, right? And the draft is coming, and I thank you guys for being on the show here with us. But I want to know at 2-16, who are you going for? Do you see them drafting or trading the number 2, the number 16, or can they come back in if they see somebody? Who would that player be? What are the if you are Muji? What are you doing?
Woody, you can go first.
All right, I'm Muji. Tom Hansen. So let's go there.
You gotta get your suit on. You gotta get
Yeah,
your
for real.
suit on.
I
And your
know.
headset. Get your headset on.
Woody, you're handsome. Without,
Damn,
come
I
on.
appreciate you.
Come
I
on,
appreciate
come on,
that.
man. Come on,
Appreciate
man.
that. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I got that Muji swag. That's all I'm saying.
All you have to say is that's a good question. I understand the question. Literally, that man says that shit every single time.
Yeah.
I understand the question. That's a good question.
I'm not gonna
Number 2. Here's the thing about number 2. I've already said that if I hear there's 4 names that if I hear those names, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Let's go. Everybody in the room getting dapped up. Anyone outside of those names, you know, it depends on, you know, what it is. Like if it's Todd Simpson, like I have to get a flight to New York. You know, that's what's happening. But like, you know, like if it's Caleb Downs, like
Caleb Downs.
You know, I'm not gonna take a flight up there, but like, you know, like it's
Okay.
whatever.
That's one
the
name.
4 names. Oh yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Go ahead. No. Caleb Downs. Okay.
Oh no, that's not one of them. That's not one of them. I was just saying,
that's
like,
not one of them.
it's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Like in terms of I'm hyped. Like, let's go. The
Yeah.
4 names, is Sonny Styles,
Mm-hmm.
Arvell Reese, David Bailey, and you think darkness is your ally, Mr. Ruben Bay
Ruben
Jr.
Bay.
in the building.
All right.
You know, and the reason why, like, I can't say, you know, one over the other is that I'm not entirely sure what, you know, AG keep talking about vision. Like, what is he looking for? Because those guys all bring different things to the table. So, you know, is he looking for that long, you know, rangy, just pure pass rusher like a David Bailey? You know, has he thought about the different ways he can use Arvell Reese, you know, in the, you know, just moving him around and kind of having him do a whole bunch of things? Like, has he looked at Ruben Bain? You know, they talk about his arms, but you can't teach grit, you know, his raw power on the outside, on the edge, and like his IQ. Like, I think, you know, it has to be I think all 4 of those guys are going to be very good, maybe even great NFL players, but it's what, you know, is going to fit what Aaron Glenn is looking for. And I have yet to, you know, correctly predict what Aaron Glenn is looking for in an NFL player. So I'm not going to start now. All right. One of those 4 guys, I can't lie, I might be the most hyped on Sonny Styles because I think Sonny Styles, you know, just physically and mentally, you know, could be like Hall of Fame, and he would have the opportunity to work side by side with Demario Davis, which is like huge. But you know, the edge, we need the edge. So that's what I'll say about 2. And just to wrap it up, because I feel like I've been talking for a long time uninterrupted. The 16th, I would go. I'm looking at receiver or a pass catcher. I know Aaron Glenn spent all that time talking about Mason Taylor. I love Mason Taylor, but if they say the name Kenyon Sadiq, I'm gonna be Harlem shaking. You know what I'm talking about in the living room? I'm gonna be hyped. Like, so any, you know, like Lemon, obviously, like if Tate fell, but he's not gonna fall. You know, one of those guys, you know, are all on the radar. You know, Sadiq, someone who can catch a football. That is what I want at 16. That is if I'm Muji, we getting that defensive captain. Oh, captain, my captain for the next 10 years plus. And then at 16, we getting somebody who could catch the football on day 1 to make things easier for everybody else.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and I'll try and be as concise as possible. I'm like, let me get all my thoughts together. So the same names that Woody said is the same names I would be satisfied with pick 2. I don't think you trade that pick away at all. For me, I'm very high on Reese. I have been for a long time. I've been sold on him. I just love his versatility and just his adaptability too. And I think he would fit in perfectly with what the Jets got going on right now. I think he would be a playmaker too. 16. I better not hear Ty Simpson's name at 16. I will literally riot. Absolutely riot. I think I'm hoping that's been all smoke, and I'm glad they visited him. I think you got to do your due diligence, but I do not want to hear that name at 16. I personally am all for drafting a wide receiver at 16. I love Mekhi Lemon. I also am a huge fan of Tyson. I know I'm a U of A person, and he went to ASU. I get the injury history there, but I've watched him play. I watch a lot of Big 12 football. He is great when he is healthy. I think you take a swing on him. However, if you wanted to maybe trade that pick back a little, I probably wouldn't mind that at all. I know there's some teams that maybe, like the Cardinals, may want to take a swing on someone like Ty Simpson or anything. But that's kind of just where I'm at. And I do want to mention this too. I'm all for drafting a quarterback in one of the later rounds of this year's draft. So like some of the names that came up, like I'm big on Nussmeier, but Allar would be fine. I'm not even going to talk about Carson Beck, Johnny Boy, because I'm not a fan. I'll be very honest. But just wanted to throw that little tidbit out there.
Hell yeah.
That's why Carson Beck is going to win the Super Bowl one day.
Yo,
everybody hates him.
Yeah, bro. Watch that shit happen too. And then I'm fucking here listening to this shit of me talking so much trash about Carson Beck. And like, Johnny, shut the hell up. Your ass ain't know what you were talking about, Carson
Johnny
Beck.
Boy's just going to be riding through the neighborhood like bareback on a horse with flaming arrows, just shooting at people.
Hell yeah.
Carson Beck.
Let me ask you guys this. What's your guys' thoughts on drafting a kicker? Because we don't have a kicker right now. We really don't know. And I've always felt like that position has always hurt us, especially if we're in close games. And we all remember Greg, the non-existing leg after it got super old. You know, we let go of Jason Myers to get this other guy. We got this. What's your guys' thoughts on potentially getting a kicker in the way later rounds, though?
I mean, we definitely need a kicker. That's an inarguable stat. I also want to show some love to Greg Zuerlein because he was fantastic for 2 years. Like, he was one of the best kickers in Jets history that second year. And for some reason, we all just, harp on that 3 years. Like, it just, we harp on that third year as if he wasn't spectacular the 2 years before. But
not what you did for me now, man. Not what you did for me last year. And we still had a crap season.
But like, see that's funny you say that because you are one of the many people hyped on Geno Smith, who just had one of the worst years, and y'all telling me, oh, but look at what he did in Seattle 4 years ago. And I'm trying to tell you that same year where Geno Smith was good, so was Greg Zuerlein.
Geno Smith or Justin Fields, you pick.
Both of them.
You gotta pick one.
What do you mean? You're saying like to be the QB1?
Yep. Geno Smith or Justin Fields?
I would have preferred Kyler Murray.
Thank you.
What are you talking about? It's not even close. It's not even close. But to answer your question, yeah, definitely need a kicker in here. Drafting one, I mean, yeah, if you think someone's gonna draft your guy, but I feel like the reason why kickers go undrafted is because no one's on that wave. Like, I think you can get an undrafted kicker and push Cade York's ass to the curb, pretty easily.
Yeah, and I'm the same with Wudi there. I think Nick Folk didn't sign till like the summer. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that late if someone becomes available. But yeah, no, we need a kicker. But you're also hoping too that it's not going to come down to these close games every single week. And you're also hoping too that we actually get touchdowns and our points just don't come from field goals, to be honest.
Excuse me, the word that you used was what?
Touchdowns?
Yeah.
What are those?
I have no idea what those. I actually just went on the Jets website, the depth chart, and if you look at the depth chart right now, and I went to special teams, the position of K meaning kicker. First team, it's blank. Second team, it's blank, and third team, it's blank. Like there isn't even York's name doesn't even appear on the official website of the New York Jets. We have a punter, Austin McNamara. We have punt returners. We have kick returners. And we have long snappers. But we don't have. I'm scrolling to the right and to the left. There is nothing under K for kicker. So they don't even believe in York at all because his name doesn't even appear on the website.
I just want them to get a kicker that's going to be our kicker forever and a day. Like, can we get a Justin Tucker, right? Can we get something like that for once? I mean, he was drafted and it worked really well for them until, he got caught up doing dumb stuff, but he got old. They say when the leg goes, it goes, and his went. So I really like the kid Dominic Zavada, man. Like the kid from Michigan, dude these guys are hitting like 70 yarders. Like it's nothing now. It's insane. It's insane to me, So, and if we're gonna score touchdowns, we need that extra point. And could you imagine, right? We're there and just goes far right, far left. We've seen it happen before, man. So it's my worry, man. So.
But now that you put the jinx on the team, and we lose every game by 1 point because we can't kick a field goal, or an extra point or whatever. 3s and 1s, right? We're missing everything by 3s and 1s. The spread's going to be 1.5 or 3.5. So, whatever. Are we done? Are we finished? Is today's show over?
Yeah, I mean, I know there's some people that wanted to call in. I didn't know if, how much more time we got you guys on here with us. If you guys are good, or
I'm free.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably gotta hop off in a little bit, like I would say like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my.
Yeah, I didn't want to take up your evening because the night is young and so are you. And
right. And you are looking mighty ravishing,
right,
Mr. Wudi.
You got two of the best looking people on Jets YouTube right now.
Thank you.
Hey,
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, whatever, man. Whatever. All right. What you guys got cooking up? What you guys got cooking up on you guys' channels? You talk about that.
That's I appreciate that. Thank you. We out here. We trying to do what we can with Take Flight Talk. We got the flagship show, right, where it's us two and our guy Michael, right? He is a college running back, so he's out here like he's in the X's and O's. Sometimes he misses shows because he's at practice, doing that. So I love his perspective, and how he sees the game and how he makes his analyses. So we do that. We also got, some shorts going on, like when, things happen, we live, we have shorts in terms of like the news and the different things that happen. And of course, Abby, she out here on multiple channels doing multiple things. So I'll pass that baton, over to her right there to talk about what she got in the cooker.
yeah, obviously TFT, love doing shows with Wudi and Michael. I obviously have sports rants. It's on Wednesdays, Johnny Boy, not Thursdays, but every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern. I got Guy, I got Sean, and I love that we all love different teams, and so that adds a lot of perspective to the show. And then, yeah, I'm on TikTok and Instagram. I feel like I lost some followers because I started posting a lot of college basketball and Arizona Wildcats content. This will end soon, people. Just hang with me. But let me have this moment with the Arizona Wildcats making the Final Four and the first Final Four in the last 25 years. But obviously, college basketball will be coming to an end. I'll get right back into draft mode, NFL draft mode. And then we got training camp, we got preseason, and then all of a sudden it'll be September and the season will be here before you know it.
Wildcats.
That's it. 100%.
Wildcats. I love that movie.
Well, I will have to say this, Abs. It's first off, I want to say thank you because I think you sharing the reason why the Arizona squad and what they're doing right now means a lot to you. And you were able to actually share it out there. I thought that was pretty cool of you to do that, right? And I'm not going to put it up here unless you want to. right?
No, we definitely can, because I obviously posted why it's important to me, but I feel like I've been seeing other people from Tucson post why it's important to them, sharing pictures of them. Like my old boss did it too. She was at U of A when they were in the Final Four back in 2001. And so she was sharing 2001 and now here in 2026. But basically February now, my mom had emergency open heart surgery. It was very scary, and it's hard to hear that, from the doctors, that if what happened to her, it's a long story, but if what happened to her happened to somebody else, she wouldn't have made it. My mom's young, she's at her peak, I like to say. And so she had that surgery, and of course, meeting with doctors and everything after. And this is true. I went to the U of A Texas Tech game at McHale Center, and it was on a Saturday. My mom had surgery on a Sunday. And, I had talked to my mom about the game that Saturday night when I was on my way home, but I don't think she remembered because, again, meds and everything. And then Sunday, when she was finally able to talk after her surgery, the first thing she asked was, did U of A win? And I did not have the heart to tell her that was the one time or second time that they lost, because they lost to Kansas prior to that. And then she was, whoever was in the room was like, oh, we don't need to talk about that. And she's like, well, I hope they're still number one tomorrow. And I was like, oh man. And, after she was more lucid, I had told her I wanted them to win for her. My mom's an Arizona football season ticket holder. She's been so dedicated to U of A and everything like that. She makes the trip down to Tucson every single home game. And, that's why this means a lot, and it means a lot for the city of Tucson, and that's why it is a big deal. And I do want to put the spotlight on Arizona, because it's been a long time. I've heard it all. Same thing with the Jets. I have heard it all. You're never going to make the playoffs. You don't get past this point. You don't have a quarterback. It goes back and forth, and to finally see them put it all together has just been so incredible. And I'm just so enthusiastic. And I'm like, people, let me have my moment. Let me enjoy this. We enjoyed 3 wins last year, and then the rest of the time I was on a tangent, and then people call me negative Nancy. But now that I'm being positive, it's just so again, I just wanted to put the spotlight on them. And thanks, Johnny Boy, for pointing that out. I'm happy to share, because it is a big deal, and it's a big deal to me too.
Yeah, and it's for the fact that you share that with everybody and being able to put that out there, I thought that was pretty dope. And it's like, you're like, damn, man, how can you not, want to root, unless they're playing Duke? But right, I just say it. But hey, prayers out to your moms, man. So, and it's funny with some of the stuff that you put up too at times with her and all that. Just like, she's so hyped, and she's like all decked out and over Arizona stuff, So, pretty cool. So
yeah,
we got Yeti up in here. He's in Tucson as well.
Easy. Yep.
So, but we do got a caller.
He's in the 520, and unfortunately, I'm not in Tucson. I'm in the 602 up in Phoenix. So, sending my love though.
So our guy, Lou B, welcome, my good sir. How are you?
Lou B, what's going on, Lou B?
First of all, real quick, total respect to Tommy. God bless. All the love in the world for a Jet fan like that. And that's the first thing I need to say. Back to football. Oscar the Grouch in the chat calling me out for this Jeremiah Love shit. First of all, let me just say this. He was one of the 4 candidates as the Heisman Trophy winner this year. The competition. He is the #1 ranked player in PFF right now on multiple, and I mean multiple shows. They're talking about Titans wanting to trade up, Giants wanting to trade up, Washington want to trade up. I understand positional value, but in our position, we also have 4 picks in the top 44. So it's a little bit different. We're not just like pigeonholed to 1 pick and you're screwed. When they talk about positional value, you have to factor in all the factors. Not to mention we have more picks next year. Not to mention we're building. Now, I do understand that you don't start off with a running back, right? But now look at Ashton Genty. Last year, it looked like a horrible pick. Well, now he has Tyler Lindenbaum blocking, and now he has Mendoza, and now he has Kirk Cousins. So Genty's going to look, and they're going to work on their line. He's going to look very different this year. Sometimes people just don't fall in the timeline that you want. I get that. But Jeremiah Love is an explosive player, an explosive wide receiver, which we need. So everyone's talking about that we should go for 2 wide receivers. Like we should get at least 2 wide. If we get him, he is sort of a very strong wide receiver. Now, my whole thing is, and if we trade Brees, which I do think is coming. By the way, the last time Brees posted some shit was a few hours ago. He just put in his story. It's all about generational wealth and blah, blah, blah. The guy wants out. It's obvious. And when you're on the Jets and you ask for out, they give you out. JJ asked for out quietly. Quincy asked for out. He was traded. And Sauce, I don't think he was asking for out, but obviously Muji will trade anyone. So anyone that thinks that Muji won't trade anyone, he'll trade Gio tomorrow. He'll trade Garrett for 3 pick, whatever it is. I'm just saying. I think Jeremiah Love is in play. Why are they meeting with him so much? If it's just a smokescreen, then good. Let's get paid for Jeremiah Love. If not, I think they're considering him. And if we trade up to 7 and we leave this draft with a Bailey Bain, Caleb Downs, or Carnell Tate, it doesn't matter where you got Love. If you want Love, you have to take him high. If you want any of these other guys, you might get a chance at them lower. That's my rant.
Loopy, I thought about you during the AG press conference, and he kept saying, if you love the player, you get up and you get the player. And he kept saying, if you love the player.
Times.
It's a code, right? It's a code. He was speaking in code. He was saying love so many times that he's giving it away. He told you. He said, he's taking love. They're going up for love. But I don't know if they're actually going to do that, Luby. But yeah, I do like the Love pick. Maybe not at 2, but I could see them trading up a little bit to get into the Love shack. So it's a possibility.
So it's trending everywhere right now, and there are hundreds and hundreds of comments of support on this pick. So I'm not the only crazy one. I mean, it's everywhere. It's on every single page right now that he met with the Jets, and I would say there's a lot of people that are supporting it. It's not just me. I know Woody is my guy, and I know he likes Brees, but if Brees is not on the team and they can't work out a deal with him, I mean, if they really wanted him, the deal would have already been done. They're waiting for the draft so that it's a possibility to see what they get, if they get paid for him or not.
Lou, do you think Brees is the last cancerous, truculent person in the locker room?
So I've heard it personally that he doesn't want to be here from mutual friends. I've seen him on the sidelines, and my eyes work, and I see his tweets and his posts of big fat liar. Right after he got tagged, he posted big fat liar. I mean, what the fuck does that mean? Come on, guys. Do you really think Brees wants to be on this team? Do you really think he wants to be on the team?
No, I don't.
I will plead the fifth.
Player, yes. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
Woody, we're not going to hold your feet to the fire, Woody.
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, I've been on record. Saying and Luby, he said it. Like, I feel like the way that I've said it on multiple platforms, if Brees is not on the team, well, yeah, let's get Love. Like, I think that's an upgrade. Like, to have Love on the team is an upgrade in my opinion. But that would have to mean that Brees, like, I'm not trying to do that RB duo, right? That I don't think that's gonna work at all.
I'm not even thinking that.
And then with Brees, like, hopefully, they get an adequate deal. So I am okay with that. Like, if they get a third, right? Like, they trade someone, like draft night is happening, right? And pieces are moving, and they can get a third for Brees, and they draft Jeremiah Love. Like, will I be upset that now I got another jersey collecting dust? I mean, damn, my whole closet, But, like, in terms of, like, football and, like, the future of the Jets, how are you mad? Like, how are you mad? So I would not be. I definitely would not be.
Abs, let me ask you that. You're seeing all this stuff with Brees, and I really haven't heard your side on Brees like that. Like, being honest, right?
No, I know, and I haven't said anything either. So no, you're right.
So, Jets Worldwide exclusive. What's your thoughts on all of this? Like, what do you think of this? Like, do you want Brees here, or do you think Brees is going to be here, or does he want to be here? I mean, you're just hearing from Lou B. He knows people that are around Brees Hall, and Brees Hall is like, fuck the Jets. Like, I don't want to be with the Jets. And but at the same time, he wants to get paid. It's about stuff when he says generational wealth. Your thoughts on all of that, Abs?
Well, give you an inside peek to the TFT group chat here with Woody, Michael, and me. Brees was starting to piss me off, and I put that in the chat. Brees is pissing me off. I get that you're frustrated, but stop tweeting out shit. Sorry. And I've heard before that he was pissed because Sauce got traded, and I guess I was his guy. And let me remind you, he's never been a captain on this team either. And so when he starts tweeting shit, that leadership aspect it's clearly not there, and he was pissing me off. And, Woody was kind of defending him like a little to an extent, because I get it. He wanted to be paid and whatnot. But, dude, you're making 14 mil. You're one of the higher paid running backs right now. So I truly don't think he wants to be here. And quite frankly, if you don't want to be here, you can get the fuck out. If you want me just to say it like that. I hate saying it like that. But even if he plays this year, I still think he's gone next year. So in my head, if you might as well be out now. And I kind of hinted at it a little in my most recent video with Aaron Glenn's comments about the wide receiver room, because I realized that, Brees is used as a receiver a little bit. And then I was also kind of like, Woody, is it just me and you in the show now? Oh my God, I got thrown off.
No. I think they let you because you ranting right now.
We're setting this one up.
No, and I hinted at it because Brees is disgruntled, and I don't know how he's actually going to play this year because of that factor. I mean, he already had an injury before. I don't think he wants to risk another injury because, again, he wants to get paid that generational wealth. So I know I'm sounding a little like crazy about it and very passionate about it, but I don't think he wants to be here. And at this point, you can just go if you don't want to. And I get why he doesn't want to be here. I'm not saying I don't understand that. So give the man what he wants, and you can go. And I'm not saying I dislike Brees. I see that comment popping up. I don't dislike Brees. I dislike his leadership qualities in this team, which you can't argue, because now he should be looked at in terms of more like a veteran. You've been holding down this team for a while. You've been with them and riding with them for 4 years now. And I don't see Garrett Wilson acting like that. I get it. Garrett got paid, but at the end of the day, even if he did it, I don't think he would have been acting like that. That's really not in his nature. And so I'm quite frankly just sick of Brees's comments. And if you don't want to be here, then you don't have to. And I'm sure he will thrive with another team. Give him the opportunity to go ahead and do that. And I will be fully supportive of that. Every New York Jet who leaves is always the first to thrive with another team. So that's where I stand on that. Rant over. I'll do my little mic drop.
Mr. James, your rebuttal to that, and then we will bring in Lou B to third on that rebuttal as well. Thank you.
Well, hey, if you're watching the show, it should be very clear that it's not that I don't. It's not that I just I love Brees. I literally love Brees. I would have extended him mid-season. I would have extended him right after that Falcons game. Like, damn, we only won that game because of you. Extended him. I'm just saying that, it is a business, and there are players out there, and with Love specifically, Jeremiah Love specifically, you have a chance to reset the contract, right? Like, we're either going to pay Brees, a lot of money, or trade him, and now you have another running back on a rookie deal. And Jeremiah Love, he's just, he's bigger, he's stronger, the speed, is similar. He might be faster, with post ACL Brees. But I personally, I don't really have a bad thing to say about Brees Hall. I think he's 24 years old. That's a huge thing. I think for the next 5 years, guarantee, I literally say guarantee, he will be a top 10 running back for the next 5 years. Dual threat, can do it all. We've seen him do it all. So I want him extended. That is plan A. I'm extended. The only way that I'm okay with him not being extended is him getting moved, and Jeremiah Love is now a Jet. If they do that same thing and they tell me, Jadarian Price, well, there's a price to pay because I'm not gonna be hyped. Like, Love, okay, I'll accept, generational talent, whatever. But Brees, I think Brees has that skill set. He has that ability. So I'm not giving him away for nothing. I'm not doing nothing. If he don't want to be here, well, guess what? The thing that cures everything is wins. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly want him, right? That's why they franchise tagged him. It's kind of, a tough move. I agree. Like, he cannot play. I do not want him playing on the tag. I need him extended before week 1. I need it. If not, Jeremiah Love better be on the team. Those are the only 2 options that are acceptable for me.
Well, and I'll be honest and take it back a little bit, because I have said in the past, I don't want to imagine this offense without him. And so that's what I'm saying. Unless you draft somebody to replace him, who I think is going to be a generational running back, that's the only point right now that I want him, like, that I wouldn't, that to replace him. He needs to be replaced. I don't want that to be another hole. I'm not saying go trust Isaiah Davis and Braylon Allen there, because Braylon Allen's also coming back from an injury too. So it's either, again, how I see it happening is he's probably just going to, if he doesn't get extended, you're going to play on the tag, and I fully expect him to be gone after that. I don't think, if it's a deal doesn't get done before the season, he'll play on the tag and then he'll be gone.
I think Braylon, first of all, is looking good. If you're watching his Instagram, he's been training hard, running fast, doing cuts. His healing is obviously looking good. But Brees then posting about, while we're signing some free agents, like, oh, I guess the Jets got money now. Like, come on. You thought they don't have money? It just digs, and it's disrespect. Like, that's not how you work out a deal. We just went through an interview with Phillips, obviously, talking about cancers on this team. If everyone, Woody, do you not think that he's not talking about Brees when all the shit that Brees talks?
No, low key, I thought he was talking about the people that were gone. Like, I thought he was,
those guys too. But Brees
yeah.
is just, and I don't dislike. I love Brees as a player. I hate when he runs into the backs of our offensive line. No, I hate when he does that. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But other than that, I'm sorry. I do believe he doesn't want to be here. I think he was very upset when Kansas City didn't get him. They didn't work out a trade. I think he was really upset about that. He would rather be on KC than the Jets. And I understand, and I'm not saying he's wrong, and I don't think they used him correctly either. There was times where I saw Brees open. I'm like, throw him the fucking ball. I'm going to throw him the fucking ball. Going crazy. And they don't, right? So he has a right to be pissed, but he's pissed. And that's where he is right now. I do think he leaves this team. And I don't know why everyone doesn't see that this guy, Jeremiah Love, will help our receivers get better, because they have to worry about this guy every single play. They got to be like leaning forward. Like, is this guy coming at us right now? Is he going to get a pass? Is he going to run? Is he going to jump over me? He would really make our offense explosive. I just really believe that. And I think that it's a big mistake to pass on this guy. I've heard analysts say that he's a franchise-changing running back. And the fact that all these people are looking to trade up for him, what do you think? They're blind? You think Tennessee's blind and the Giants are blind? These are real teams, real organizations, and they're talking about trading up. Not people are saying, no one's going to trade up for this guy. That's not what's being said right now. And that's just my opinion. And if you doubt me, please go watch his highlights a few more times. Watch 4 or 5 of his highlights, and you will not think this way no more. And I just think he met with them too many times now. They're feeling his presence. I think he's going to be a Jet.
What I will say about Brees, he'd rather be on KC. I mean, definitely. Like, I'm willing to say that. Like, but I again, like, I feel like winning cures things. Damn, I had a point and it literally just left me. I was gonna say, like, no, I remembered. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like really upset about like the things that he says, like, and like low key, like if I'm trying to negotiate with the Jets and I have a number and they're not hitting my number, and then you open your phone and they gave Kingsley and Igbari $10 million to be the 5th option on the bench. Yeah, I'm like, because I'm asking for a similar, number. Like, so I am gonna feel a type of way. And we have had guys who have said everything right. And the name I always go to, the easiest one to go to, is Sauce. I want to be a New York Jet forever. I love the Jets. This is my team. This is my home. I'm trying to be the best. And what did the fans do? Hold Merchant, you suck. My God, you stink. Like, you're not a good athlete. What did the organization do? Throw his ass to jail. The notion that like Brees, like that he owes us like some sort of like undying loyalty. Like, wow, I really love.
No. I see what you're saying, but he started off with this comment. This wasn't like recently. This was right in the beginning of the season where he said, "I'm not their guy." Like, what the bro? You didn't even meet these guys yet. Hang out with them, see if you are their guy. Maybe they do like you. They've said nothing but nice things about Brees from day one. They've never said anything wrong about Brees.
I mean, yeah, they've definitely been positive. They've been positive. I don't know at the time of those comments if they have talked, but like that's a fact. Like, Joe Douglas drafted him, right? This regime didn't draft me, so if that's what he meant, like, yo, I'm not their guy. Like that's true. And you saw the 2022 draft class; they're almost all gone.
No, he was right. He was right, and it's gonna be. He was right, but I do not think he's going to be a Jet. And if he is, I'll fucking cheer for him like crazy, Woody. You know I will, Abby. Too, that I'm a hardcore Jet fan, and I will go crazy and cheer for him. I just don't think he wants to be there, and I just hate seeing that. Like, if you don't want to be here, you're going to bring everybody down around you. We don't need that. I saw Garrett Wilson flipping out on the sidelines trying to rile people up. Honestly, it was Tyrod Taylor and Garrett Wilson were the only two guys on the sidelines I thought were like really always trying to get people going. And Brees still.
You ready, Chris?
Let's let her rip. Let's go.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S! Jets! Let's go, baby!
Dude, he might have the best chant of anyone. That is Fireman Ed worthy. Best fucking chant. Tommy OG, man. Macho, here he comes. So me and Macho go back and forth about love all day long.
Listen, I want to say one thing real quick. I think if we needed a running back, Love would be the unquestioned number 2 pick. Unquestioned. The fact that we don't need a running back is the only reason I'm getting pause. That's it. Today, if that changes, it might go back to him being the unquestioned number 2.
Macho, you don't think that Denver or Washington or let's say Tennessee or I can't even think of anybody else right now. You don't think any of those teams are saying, "Hey, let's see what they want for Love." I mean, excuse me, for Brees.
Only if they feel like another team is willing to make the move right away, because they know that if no one makes a move, that we're not taking him. The only person that would take him is if someone trades up with us. So
no, I don't mean Love. I mean Brees. I'm saying you don't think Denver or Washington.
Brees?
Like Denver, Washington. Who else needs it? Woody, who else needs a running back?
I think Washington is the best one because the lack of picks for them and then the needs that we need, it's kind of a perfect swap.
Yep. And 7 would be pick 7 for us is massive, man. Anyone we pick at 7, we've been talking about at 2. Right?
Exactly.
That's why 7 is crazy for the New York Jets.
And we're still getting more on top of that, so that gives us more ammo to even if we want to move up from 16 or even move up from 33 or something to get even closer into the first round. It gives us unlimited possibilities at that point. But I think again, when it comes to Love, though, Love as a player, he might be the best player in this draft. If you don't look at position, because obviously Mendoza is going to be that just because he plays quarterback. But if you look at just skill wise, I think he might be that number 1 best player. But we just have so many needs. That's the only reason why I don't focus on Love, because I'm still with Woody where I believe in Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall is a really damn good running back. We haven't given him the tools to be able to show it to his full potential. And obviously he's pissed off by that, as anyone would be, as well as also losing on top of that year after year after year. That can beat up anybody's soul. So for him to want to get paid and for him to also be salty, I understand why he feels that way, even though I do wish he would go about it in a better manner.
You said it probably as best as it could be summed up, Macho, honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, very well said. Very well said.
Appreciate it. Well, I'm done here. Yeah.
Yo,
Great
yo, I low-key got to go, too. I said like 10 minutes, like 30 minutes ago. My phone is blowing up right now. Yeah, like my wife is like, yo. All right, but hey,
Great show, guys, man. I appreciate y'all.
yes.
Macho, thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, this was pretty cool. Lou B,
Yep.
we appreciate you
Get
getting
ready
on,
for
man.
the draft, Johnny
Luby,
boy.
Can't
before
wait.
you-
Y'all
Can I just
about
ask-
to kill it.
I got to ask you a question, Luby, before you go.
Yeah.
How long ago did you order the Love Jets jersey?
Oh, trust me, I will be the first to get that jersey. I will get it. I won't even. I will change the numbers. I will go crazy. I'll bring Velcro love things. I was thinking about like a jersey with like Velcro on the back and just
The
bring
Glenn Foley jersey? You
Oh,
just put the.
Hey,
I'm telling you, man.
Hey,
Who's number 4? Does anyone have 4 on the Jets right now?
I don't think so.
4 on the Jets?
Hey,
No.
Lou B, you
Yeah.
know, if you become a member, right, you get the Love Jets patch. That's right there that he has.
Enticing.
I'm just
that's
saying.
right. That's
Lou
right.
B, look. Hold on. Let's
Yeah.
look at that. Look at that. Like that.
Come on.
Love.
Hey.
New York Jets.
I would pay for that. You could have just sold that to me for like $20.
Lou B, we appreciate you, man. Thank
It's
you
going to
so
go on
much.
that Love jersey.
Love you guys.
All right,
Thanks.
man.
Lou. See you
Good night,
later.
Lou B.
Peace.
Have a good night.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Woody got attacked by wifey because I saw something just go, and then boom, gone.
I think it was a shoe.
Yeah,
Got him with the chancla. Got him with the
Yeah,
chancla.
yeah. Well, Abs, we appreciate you coming on. I mean, this was awesome. This was definitely fun. A lot of different things going on. I feel like, what's your thoughts on where the Jets are going to? Like, I understand that with Muji and Glenn and what they're talking, but with a lot of the free agents that they've picked up, what are you hopeful? Do you think that they're starting to kind of go in the right direction, or is this 1 year too late?
I mean, I feel like they're moving in the right direction. I do like a lot of the moves they made, especially on defense. And the defense had a lot of holes, let's be honest. And it still does to some extent. But I do like the moves they're making. This is a very positive thing. I feel like it is a step in the right direction. Do I feel like we're going to make the playoffs next year? No. Do I even feel like to an extent we're going to have a winning season? I don't even know that I would put it like that either, and maybe like a 9-8. But I think the only expectation I have is, I think I've said this last year too, is I'm done being blown out in games. I'm done with the fourth quarter blown leads, and I just want to look competitive. And I want to look competitive, especially against our AFC East rivals we got with the Bills, the Patriots, and Miami. I just want to look like a competitive, competent football team, similar to maybe something like the Saints did this past season. Even Atlanta, you can argue, I know their record wasn't that great either, but they were still at least competitive and still fighting through that back half of the season, even though they already got eliminated and really had nothing to lose. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for this season. If we get more, great. I would love that. But, I'm still right now thinking 5-12, to be really honest. It may change after the draft. It may change during training camp. I actually sometimes hate doing my prediction because people then come back and roast you. And I'm like, I don't have the crystal ball here. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
But yeah, it's moving in the right direction. And I'll be a little more positive again after the draft and once the season gets started, because it feels so long without football sometimes. You're just hyped for that week 1 just to have anything. I get even hyped for preseason because you're like, it's semi-back and we're almost here. But again, I mentioned earlier in the show, I was a little down. I'm still a little down, but that'll change as the draft comes and the hype starts over again, and then we're back in the swing of things, getting to work.
100%. Well,
you hear the music in the background, right? I've been downhearted, baby.
Well,
Ever
Abs,
since the day.
we should we do the
You want
what
to
is
do
it?
at the very end?
Yeah. Abs,
Oh, yeah.
are you good? How are you feeling? Or let us know whenever you're ready, because we just got somebody else just called in. I don't know if you ever met the only guy that I've always said that can fix our New York Jets, and his name is Afram. Have you ever talked to Afram?
No.
Afram is a longtime Jet fan. He's great. He's
The wise-
awesome.
The wise sage.
Myself and Snowball have been campaigning for a while to get our picture on his Hall of Fame wall that he has, and there's no luck. To everybody watching right now, you guys are watching Jets Worldwide. Please make sure you guys hit the like, hit the sub. We are doing a giveaway tonight. Everybody that becomes a member, because we have memberships now, have the opportunity, has the chance to win a signed Wayne Corbett helmet, a Mark Sanchez signed helmet, whole bunch of stickers, some cool patches, but those are the main ones right there. And of course, the rope, because
The rope, baby.
that's
You
the
can't let go of it.
I love the little rope idea.
Don't
Hey,
let
you
go of the
can't let
rope.
go. But with that being said, let me introduce you to Abs.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are things in Arizona?
Hot.
Yeah,
To say the least. It feels like summer here already, and it's barely the start of April. Crazy.
Nice.
So
Good for you
Afram,
for withstanding it.
So what's your thoughts on everything going on? I mean, Dominic Zavada at number 2, no matter what.
No matter what. Kicker first. Just throw the whole draft into total chaos.
Did you have any questions for Miss Abs? Miss
No,
Abby?
I was listening, and I know Luby wants love, but let's look at it business wise. Quarterbacks get the most money. Wide receivers get the most money. Edges now are starting to get the most money. Very few running backs are getting that kind of money. Safeties are barely getting that kind of money. So we see how the league trends. It would be nice at 2, I don't think. Basically for what they need, I think Reese is the only option for them, in my opinion, because of his versatility and what he can be. At 16, if Sadiq is there, you know me, I want him to be their pick because, quite frankly, I don't see any of these wide receivers being there at 16. Because I think it's not the greatest draft out there as far as talent. So it's really up to like the first 20, maybe. First 20 candidates are probably your best bet. So let's see what happens. Where would AD Mitchell be in this draft?
Probably
First
the
round?
number 1. Yeah. Probably the top one.
Well, I don't know about the top one, but he'd be up there. So you got to look at it that way. Plus, you got 3 1s next year. You probably could land Smith, right? So
True.
we
Could
wait
do
and
it.
see. We speculate too much. We drive ourselves crazy because we don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Big shout out to our guy E Boogie's in the building. E Smith himself has expressed confidence and excitement about learning from Reich, calling it a chance to keep growing as a quarterback. Truth. Abs, so you saw what Afram just said about Sadiq, and I haven't had the opportunity to talk to you about that. What's your thoughts on Sadiq? Like,
That's the tight end, right?
Yep, from Oregon.
Right now, I don't want to take a tight end that high, to be honest. I think in some instances it hasn't worked out and favored very well. And I don't know what we have in Mason Taylor either, so I still want to give him another year and see what we got working with him. That's why, again, I'm all, because we don't know what we have in Mason Taylor. That's why I'm all for drafting more of a wide receiver in that position. But I get the need to have a tight end too. You need all the weapons you can get. And again, tight end also provides that defensive aspect as well. So that would hopefully potentially maybe open up some holes for Breece Hall and things like that. But I'm not opposed to the pick. I wouldn't absolutely hate it. It's not my first choice, though. I get why it's enticing, though.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: if he was labeled a wide receiver, would your attitude change towards him?
Probably.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Go ahead, Snowball. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, so he's a wide receiver now. Because really, when you think about it as a tight end, he's really not a blocking tight end anyway. He's a
No.
receiving tight end. So he's a wide receiver. He's just a little bulkier. That's all.
Right. And tight ends are built a little differently than wide
Right,
receivers,
sure.
as we all
Yeah.
know.
And he runs a 4.3 like a wide receiver.
Mhm.
So tight ends are not going to be able to cover him. Even some safeties not going to be able to cover him. So that's how I look at Sadiq. I don't look at Sadiq as a tight end. I truly look at him as a weapon. Like he's a guy that could open up the playbook. He could even open it up for a Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor and him, give me the whole Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski. Give me the who was the guys? Vernon Davis with oh my God, I'm throwing a blank for who he had over there in San Francisco. Like that's who he reminds me of.
Yeah.
You know, that if he's used the correct way. But can Frank use him that way? Right? Is it the marriage of bringing a Seth Ryan, the youth, and the old school? Can they put those things together? And that's something that was talked about. Aaron Glenn made sure to say that, you know, hey, we're really looking at all of these new different types of analytics that are out there. We're trying to look at the AI stuff, and that's something that's intriguing to me.
You could bring all the talent in the world into the team. Unless you have the right coaching there, it really doesn't make a difference. So that's all.
Period.
It's all going to come down to that. So, you know, no one's confident right now. I don't agree with Woody as far as we had the worst season in NFL history. I can guarantee you 3 teams would give up all the interceptions they had to win one game.
Yeah. Browns, Detroit,
and Tampa.
Yep.
Okay. When you don't win a single game all season, let me tell you something. It ain't fun.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't understand that narrative. I've never understood it. Where everybody is saying that, oh, the Jets have had the worst, whatever.
Because it's the story. That's the headline. Okay? Everything is a headline. To me, and I've said this 100 times, I don't care what they say in press conferences. It's about wins. As long as you win, no one's going to say anything. Look, what kind of press conferences did Belichick give you? Garbage.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They were fun.
But
Actually.
yeah, because he would say yes, no, one word answers, but he won, and they couldn't say anything about it. They just today's journalists look to sensationalize the story. That's what sells, clicks, everything.
100%.
All right, you know, because he says that Gino is the savior. Okay, that's his team, that's his guy. What do you think he's going to say?
Well, he doesn't have to say he's the savior. he doesn't have to say the promised
that's
land.
him. That's his personality. I
Yeah.
couldn't care less. He's just he's giving you something to go off. How he performs on the field is all that matters to me. Okay,
True.
That's all. I mean, words are words. Action is action.
I think a lot of the reason Aaron Glenn, when they hone in on those type of comments too, is because from what I've noticed, and maybe it's something you guys have noticed as well, it seems like there's a split between people who wanted Aaron Glenn fired and people who wanted him back. And I feel like the people who wanted AG fired are just more vocal about it than the ones who maybe were open to having AG back. So I feel like that's why some of those comments get like highlighted to a certain extent.
We've been, myself and Snowball, like this is the channel that to come in and be like, hey, we are the guys that are saying, you know, AG to be here, give it another year. You just can't get him out from the rip itself. So, but yeah, so you're at the right spot. if you're an AG, and because we want to give him a chance, he's one of us as well. Afram, my good sir, we're getting ready to
go.
To wrap it up.
Thank you for the few minutes.
Nice meeting you.
Same here.
He is. See
Stay
the
cool.
You
Stay
see
cool.
the wall.
You see the wall of pictures, right?
I do.
One
Listen,
day.
he's got Ty Simpson's picture up there. I see it. And he's got Elmo up there.
A week before draft day, I'm gonna have every candidate up on there. You know,
let's
That's
go.
it.
Afram, we appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you guys. Take care. Be
Afram, we
well.
love
Have
you,
a
man.
great weekend.
You as well.
Bye, you too.
Have a good one.
All right, Abs. So I know you're getting ready to head out, but I'm gonna give you the floor. Talk about what you got going on. Where can everybody catch you? What do you got? What's in the works? Let us know. And the floor is yours.
Well, first, I want to say thank you for having me on the show. It's been a little while, so I'm excited to be back. And I know I've been a little MIA with Jets content. I had one video, I think, a week ago. But I know right now I've been very heavy with Arizona basketball. So again, let me shout out my Arizona Wildcats real quick. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, abs_rants on both platforms. And I am going to be having a video coming out more about the draft. I haven't been on the record saying anything, so be on the lookout for that. I always appreciate your guys' comments and feedback, and just, chiming in and giving me a little bit of a different perspective as well. And then lastly, I will be in New York next month for U Stadium's draft party. So I encourage you all. I'll post the little Instagram flyer again, but I am going to be there. If you are going to be there, I look forward to meeting you. Also, you can purchase a ticket. It's a whole day thing. It's like a golf tournament and also the draft party. I'm going to be there at the draft party. It's all you can eat. It's all you can drink, I should say, open bar. So that should be enticing for a lot of Jets fans. We need a lot of alcohol sometimes to cope, but that's kind of what I got going on in the next couple of weeks that I'm very excited for. But again, Jets Worldwide, congratulations on the 500 subscribers again. And I appreciate you guys having me on your show. It was fun. It's always fun.
Where is the draft party? Where's the draft party?
Oh, it's at Harrison Country Club, I believe.
Harrison?
In Harrison, New York.
Harrison, New York. Wow. That's,
I'm not from New York. All I know is that that's a little bit out of the city. That's about all I can give you though. So a little bit of a hike, I understand, but everything in New York is accessible by train. Come on.
True. Take
Very
the trip.
true.
Go see Abby and go.
Oh, Johnny boy, I forgot. The Mets are in town that same week I'm there, so I might be heading to Citi Field as well. I'm super excited.
You're gonna
Excited
love
to have
it.
some good food.
Yeah, watch the food. Who do you know who they're playing?
No, I forgot.
But just to give you a little bit of heads up, whatever team comes in, they do like a special type of food for that team, and it's pretty cool. So you'll enjoy it. Citi Field is awesome. I've always said it. I think it's way better than Yankee Stadium, right? Guy will tell you that as well. So enjoy it, have fun. Hopefully you'll be turning into a Mets fan. No,
I could never. It's funny. I've been to both. I think I've told you I've been to both Yankee stadiums. I haven't been to Citi Field though. So, like I said, and I passed it when I was in New York the last time, obviously flying over, and I'm like, it just looks beautiful, But nah, I can't like another National League team. I'm already committed to the D-backs here. Not a good start for the D-backs, I might add. And Lawler is going to be out. He was just when he was getting hot, broken wrist, so he'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. Oof. Love it. Love that for us. So long season.
It is, and I watch each and every one of them, so love that damn team. But Abs, pleasure. We look forward to having you back on again. It's always a good time when you're on here with us.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And appreciate everyone who joined us tonight. Thank you all so much.
All right, we'll see you later, Abs.
Bye.
Don't drink too much at the draft party. All right, so here we go. Let's share the screen here. Let's get this going. We're gonna share the screen. We'll bring up the wheel o' names. So let's bring this up. How do we look on StreamYard? Okay, there we go. All right. So I've put everybody's name on that has become a channel member. Which one should we do first? Should we do the Sanchez package or the Corbett package?
I definitely think we should do the Sanchez. But before we get into that,
yes,
I would like to thank Jake.
Yes,
I would like to thank Phil,
Mm-hmm.
Phil again.
Mm-hmm.
Boy Green. Kyle. Jake again. Our guy Macho. The Nick Shine Show. And the Nick Shine Show again for supporting and helping us out. This is very exciting. And every single time that we get somebody that becomes a worldwide jet setter, you guys get to hear this.
Worldwide jet setter, welcome aboard.
So
Nice. That's fun.
So badass, dude. So thanks to everybody on there. But yeah, I feel like we should do. Do you have
what's that?
We have all the new members at the moment are Macho Talk Sports, Coach Click, Chris B, M Val, Bill M, Sharon, Kevin, Boy Green, Six Rings, Jets Johnny, Anthony G, Kyle Clifton, Matt, Wild Chew, Alan, Badshaw, Florida Phil, Jake, Nick, Boss Girl, Stack, Portal, John, and our guy Jets. All brand new members of Jets Worldwide. Wide. We got to go with Mark first because Wayne Corbett, like, I love Mark Sanchez, but man, Wayne Corbett, dude.
All right. So let's we'll shuffle the names. Pick a number between 1 and 6.
I'm going to pick number 1 and 6. I'm gonna pick 5.
5. All right. So we'll shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Macho
5
asks, does a Sanchez package come with a shank?
Yes. Toothbrush. Toothbrush shank. All right. Here we go. Click to spin, and we'll get a winner.
Dum, dum, dum.
The winner is
Badshaw.
All right. So Badshaw is the winner of the Mark Sanchez package. Okay.
Congratulations.
Right, cool. So now we should remove him from the list. And now we'll spin number 2. I like 2, so I'm gonna shuffle it twice. And let's do another spin-a-rooney. Good luck to everybody. And this is for the Wayne Corbett package. Here we go. And it is Kevin Tattoos.
Kevin Tattoos.
Nice. All right, Kevin Tattoos and Badshaw. So let's stop sharing this. And congratulations to Badshaw and Kevin Tattoos. Winners, we'll have to contact them in the. We're in Discords with them, so we'll let them know, and that way they can get back to us and give us their addresses and stuff, and we'll send that out to them Monday, because today is Friday. Saturday I'm not available. Sunday is Easter, and the bunny ain't delivering, so Monday I will send them out. But I need addresses before then, so we'll message them then. Yeah. Johnny boy, we made it. We did it. We got to monetization, and it has felt very, very, very nice for now. So
it's pretty cool. Really, really cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. It took. Listen, do you remember? I was in Italy a year and a half ago when we started this, and it took us a year and a half. But organic, 100% natural. We made it. So just read off all the members. We did. We just read off all the members. Miss Snowball.
She's just. I wanted to put it up there because she's been so supportive of everything as well. So she's been great.
She's been going through. So yes, thank you
Macho
so much.
Again.
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who became a channel member tonight. Thank you for all the people who donated and gave us super chats and gave us channel memberships and stuff. So it's good. We have something to look forward to week after week. This wheel was made in China.
Shout out to
Of course it was.
I miss
the beginning.
I miss E, man. It's good to see him, man. But dude, to you too, though, Snowball. Like, you do so much as well. And kudos to you, man, for doing all of this. Like, it's been a fun ride, and it's only going to keep going. And we are trying to get there. We got other stuff in the works that we're trying to do right now, guests that we're planning on bringing on over here, and we're going to keep going. So we're not stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. Jets Worldwide, we are on a ascending to the stratosphere, baby, because we cannot stop over here. So
don't forget to tune in next week. We will have the infamous Buckshot, the angry Jets fan. He will be with us. He's got something with wrestling belts, and we'll find out what that's all about. But yes, tune in next week and see what all the madness is about. So thank you all for tuning in. Let's take it out with Tommy. Let's get another Jet chant from Tommy, and then we'll hit the outro. So
and with that, guys, again, big rest and power to our guy Tommy.
You ready, Chris?
Let's let her rip. Let's go.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S! Jets! 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 Let's go, baby!
Love that, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's another episode of Jets
Worldwide.
See you guys next Friday.
Thank you, guys.
You worldwide jet setters, you.
This is Jets Worldwide. Wide.